Hey everybody, Editing GC here, just getting in front of the episode to give you a quick heads up. In this episode, Cullen and I gas up Inazuma 11 Victory Road. We talk about how cool we think the game is and how it's doing so many really neat things. And of course, as these things tend to happen, right after we finished recording, about an hour or two later while we were hanging out, we found out that the game, or that level 5, had used generative AI in its conceptualization stage, from what we understand. Obviously, Cullen and I do not condone the use of Gen AI, and had we known about it before we started recording, we would not have even talked about the game in the first place. Just wanted to give you a heads up, get ahead of any questions you might have for us about that. Anyway, enjoy the episode.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to Burnout Culture. The industry sucks, and so does Cullen's stomach. My name is Kazuma Hashimoto, and I'm and I'm one of the many wonderful hosts on this podcast.
I'm GC, and I am also one of the many hosts on the podcast.
Rapo tofu.
Yeah, Cullen's fucking dying.
Help.
Chat, is he cooked? Chat, is Cullen cooked?
Please leave a message in the comments if you think Cullen can't handle Mapo tofu,
No,
which would
wait,
be
I
really
have to.
sad.
I have to.
Also,
I have
I'm
to
sick
strengthen
again.
my
Hi.
stomach. I must resist the mean words our viewers are going to say about me. They're gonna say white boy can't
Oh.
handle his spice, and that's not it at all.
Oh, his widow tummy.
No, it's just that I got a weak stomach. I love spicy food.
It's okay, me too. As I've gotten older, thank God I don't get heartburn. Sorry, I speak so much because of my work now, my job. So my tongue is always tied and twisted and behaving strangely. But yeah, as I've gotten older, Cullen, don't worry. Like it's only like my spice tolerance is bad, no heartburn, but bad spice tolerance. So as you get older,
See, I have the opposite of that. I love spice. I can eat spice really good. I get heartburn like crazy though, and I just kind of have a weak stomach. But it's okay because I'm being a responsible adult, and I'm going to get my yearly physical, which I haven't done in over like 5 years, at a doctor. So
hell yeah.
that'll be nice.
Yeah, that'll be good. Also, a tip that I learned from some colleagues is that if you drink like soy milk before you like eat spicy food, it'll literally save you from like heartburn and indigestion and everything.
Oh, I should get soy milk.
Yeah,
I just rock
drink
almond milk.
Yeah, soy milk will like coat your stomach or something. I don't know. My colleagues, some of them are from like Asia, and they eat the spicy food, and they said to drink the soy milk to prevent the pain. So,
Yes.
yeah. Well, it's been has it only been like a week?
3 weeks since we talked at last.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had to delay the podcast last week because I was sick, and lo and behold, I'm not sick anymore, but for whatever reason, my voice is completely trashed still.
No, you sound good though, so don't worry about it.
Yeah, I sound fine enough to record, I guess.
Yeah, you sound like Columbo.
Don't make you're just encouraging him to do his voice. He's gonna do
I don't think I have Columbo in me.
You've literally done Columbo.
Yeah, but like it's a bad one.
That's such a weird thing to say. You've done Columbo. Why are you doing Columbo?
My favorite episode of Columbo is like the second episode of Columbo. Or like the second or third episode of Columbo.
2 episodes of Columbo.
Where he walks into a diner and the bartender's like, "Detective," and he's like, "Hey, how you doing?" And it's like and then he's like eating the fucking chili, and he's crunching up the crackers and putting it in the dish. And the girl's like talking to him about her murdered father, and he's like, it's the crackers that make the dish.
He's right though. Can I
admit something?
Yeah, you admit, and then I admit.
So, I was at Universal Studios with a colleague recently, and they on their studio tour they show like short clips of Columbo, and I was like, oh, it's because the kids love Columbo. lo and behold, I am supposed to be of that demographic that likes Columbo, and I've never seen Columbo.
Oh, we gotta show you some
No,
Columbo.
Columbo's good. It
It's
has some
pretty
weird
good.
episodes where like sometimes it's like Columbo just committed entrapment, but like that's like
Yeah,
one
but He's
episode.
allowed.
Yeah.
And the cool thing about Columbo and the thing that you might find interesting is that Columbo doesn't follow Columbo. Columbo, if I remember this correctly, the writers
Mhm.
on the show literally wrote him as a force of nature that comes to like Grim Reaper the actual main characters of every episode, who are the murderers.
Okay, so he's
So
he's like a
every episode focuses on the killer. You see the murder happen, and then the rest of the episode is Columbo showing up as this person is trying to get away with it and finding all of the problems with the quote unquote perfect crime that the murderer thought they committed.
So as
so he's a
Columbo,
loose cannon cop who doesn't.
No, he's
Doesn't
actually
follow
like
the
a
rules.
really he's actually like the romanticized like old-fashioned like scrubby detective guy. He's not violent. There's no action scenes in Columbo.
Also, I will correct GC. While he mostly has it, as the Columbo becomes more of a series, it does focus a bit more on Columbo, but it's still always like one of the reasons why people like it so much is that it's not a whodunit, it's a howdunit. Where you see the guy, like usually like early Columbo. I haven't seen more than the first
Also,
couple
Peter
seasons.
Falk. Peter Falk is like incredible.
Yeah, he's pretty good. But like it'll start with like
That man
a
has a glass
10-minute
eye.
section of like the killer up until the point where they do the crime, and then the rest is Columbo just like trying to get them to like fess up, because he figures it out pretty early, and he's just got to figure out like how.
Wow, so it's Mindhunter, but like child friendly.
He is literally like,
Not child friendly.
the way I see it, it's always like him. The way Columbo functions to me is that he is like an otherworldly being that is here to like make the guilty suffer for their sins. Like it's cool as fuck.
He makes them spiral. It's pretty satisfying to watch.
Hi everyone, this is the Columbo cast.
I love Columbo.
Columbo's pretty good.
My
I've
dad
probably seen
showed
more
me Columbo
episodes
when I
than
was a kid.
GC.
No, I watched Columbo
Yeah,
when I was a
like-
kid with my dad.
Yeah, I watched it one
Like, I
year
was-
more than you did.
Okay.
One episode more than you did too.
All right.
Yeah, like I was okay, like because I literally went to like that amusement park with like a colleague because like she's from London and she doesn't know anything about Universal Studios and she just wanted to go. And we took the studio tour because of course like you have to take them on the studio tour.
Universal.
And it was again like they showed Columbo and they talked about Columbo and I'm like, people have only recently started to care about Columbo again because of the memes.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
Columbo was much more popular outside of the United States. Like
Really?
insanely
Oh
popular.
yeah. Well, I think for a while one of the only ways to get a Columbo Blu-ray was to import it from Japan.
Yeah. There is no Columbo Western Blu-ray release.
I think there is
However,
now.
Japan likes Columbo so much that there is a collector's edition cigar box that holds the entire series inside of it.
That makes sense that the Japanese would love Columbo. Maybe I should watch Columbo.
Yeah.
We do
It's
have
also
a Blu-ray
super
set
popular
now.
in Romania. It's so popular in Romania that when Columbo finally ended or got canceled, Romanians began to protest because they thought that the government of Romania had prevented the show from airing in Romania, or that the broadcast companies in Romania were preventing the show from airing. Peter Falk had to make an official statement to the people of Romania to confirm to them that the show he starred in was indeed no longer airing, that it was over, because
why
they
can't
did
fandom
not
be like
believe
that
him.
again? Like literally, like why is fandom the way it is now? We need to go back to the Columbo era in which people cared about things. And,
I agree.
And it needed to be told by the actor who plays Columbo that Columbo is over. What happened to us? What did we lose along the way? Our humanity? Absolutely.
This
Mhm.
is
But
so
like,
real.
And our satellite dishes.
yeah, we got to go back. I really need syndicated TV to come back. Like, I was actually talking to a friend because I'm doing my, again, this is me fucking talking about Game of Thrones. I'm doing my fucking like yearly rewatch of Game of Thrones again because I'm so busy with work and like I need some sort of stimuli to just listen to in the background and then occasionally like look over when Charles Dance is on screen.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like when we think about the eras of television, right? Like what changed television? It
Cable
was very
packages.
much, yeah, that. And, like Twin Peaks sort of changed the way television was made.
Oh, yeah.
And then it was the era of, weirdly enough,
Prestige.
Mad Men and The Tudors that created that sort of additional prestige TV. And with The Tudors came a lot of
Yeah.
sex
Yeah.
on television. And you look at that sort of trajectory of like Mad Men, Breaking Bad,
Everything
Walking
wanted
Dead,
to be
Sopranos?
HBO.
Tudors.
Everybody wanted to be
Yes.
HBO.
Well, the thing is, like, Game of Thrones didn't happen until like all of those shows had already happened.
Yeah, but HBO was already like when cable packages were like popular, HBO was like the thing that you got cable for. You bought
I thought
cable
it was
for HBO.
Stars.
No. You got it for HBO. HBO had
Really?
The
What did they have on
Sopranos.
HBO? Oh shit! It had The Sopranos.
I'm
Yeah,
pretty
HBO
sure
was just like HBO was the
that was
reason
legacy
why-
television for a long time.
That like HBO is what
Wow.
started prestige television.
There you go. That's the word I
Holy
was looking for.
shit.
Thank you, Cullen.
Okay, cool. Anyways, thank you, The Sopranos. We can blame you for where we are now. Well, not really, but like we can actually blame Game of Thrones because you guys remember when HBO was like, if you subscribe to our HBO streaming service, you can watch Game of Thrones a day early
Yes.
because they were competing with Netflix.
Yes.
So we
Can
can
I,
actually blame Game of Thrones for all of that. Yes?
Can I admit something?
Yes.
I've never seen one of these big fancy prestige television shows.
I don't think you would enjoy Game of Thrones, but I think you would find satisfaction in it, if that makes sense.
Hey, maybe.
You would like seeing the dragons, Cullen.
Well, yeah, Dragon's cool, but like you could probably like list off a bunch of these, and I just probably haven't seen it. I don't think my family had HBO growing up, so we just didn't like watch that stuff. And
My
our TV
family
time
had
together was
everything.
usually like sitcoms or like the
Yeah.
Oh, that's fun, though.
Sunday night like adult animated cartoons.
See, my dad would either like fluctuate between like Batman the animated series or like The Walking Dead, like straight up. It was
Mm.
like those two things. He doesn't want surprisingly my dad doesn't watch Game of Thrones because he's like, it's just not for me. It's too cynical. And I'm like, oh, Dad, you're pure of heart, but you love Warhammer.
That's kind of why I also don't watch Game of Thrones. Like I look at it and I'm like, I don't think I'd get anything out of this.
The satisfaction of dragons, but also just the
House of the
consequences,
Dragon was
man.
pretty damn good. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
That
it was
first
good.
season you showed me was like
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
awesome.
Cullen, we should watch House of the Dragon season 1 together and just say it ends there.
And
Because
I-
season 2 was pretty dog shit.
And like,
Oh, but
and
then
like,
I
if
wanna
I'm
watch
saying
season
that,
two.
like, I know I don't watch a lot of TV, but it's because a lot of shit don't really like sell me on it. But like, House of the Dragon was.
It was good. It was
Yeah.
it was actually good. It made me care about Game of Thrones again, and then season 2 came out, and then I stopped caring about Game of Thrones.
Yeah, I'm so
should
glad I
make
only
a-
watched the first season.
They should make a good television show again. I know that's like brave of me to say, but like, I'm gonna speak my truth.
Watch Star
Well,
Trek.
we've never had like a cultural phenomenon like Game of Thrones again, and I think as a society we need one because like I had stopped watching that show for a while and I still knew everything about it through cultural osmosis, and it was sort of like an event even online
Yeah.
on Sunday when those episodes would come out. You'd get these out of context like posts, and it was so fascinating and so fun, I think, just to tangentially participate in it, but also make my friends watch, for example, House of the Dragon. We finished the season 1, right?
Yes, we did all of season 1.
So yeah, so I knew what was going to happen, and my favorite thing is to be in call with people while that thing happens, or like watch them. And I'm like, so how'd you feel? And they're always like, man, fuck you. Like, Like I take immense joy out of that. But I'll never forget a friend of mine watching the Red Wedding with me, and they literally knew nothing about Game of Thrones, and they were just like, "I can't believe you would fucking hurt me like this," and I'm like, "I'm sorry." But yeah,
See, that's another thing. Game of Thrones is just too well established. I know literally everything about that show and where it goes, just because of the internet.
It's the execution though that I
No,
think
yeah.
is more interesting than anything. But like, yeah, you're gonna know fucking everything that happens. Maybe not in House of the Dragon because people don't really talk about it as much. But it's really a toss up. But speaking of, yeah.
I was gonna say, I feel like the prestige television I'm most interested in watching is Breaking Bad, just because like the memes.
Yeah, and I think you'll get what you're supposed to get out of it, as opposed to like what a lot of like normal men got out of it, and it was just kind of like, dude,
wow, he's so cool.
Well, yeah, I'm going into the show when I do watch it, knowing that Walt is the bad guy, so I think
don't you get it? Scarface was a really good dude. The only reason Scarface died is because he got got, you know? If you didn't get caught, he's so cool. Like, that's the lesson to learn. It's don't get caught.
We should,
but I think it's so...
we should watch mob movies. Watch a bunch of mob movies.
Watch Goodfellas. It's really good.
I really want to watch Goodfellas.
Is good.
You've never seen Goodfellas?
I've caught part of it. And I will say, I wish I had seen it entirely like this. But I caught Goodfellas while over at my dad's house on cable, like during Thanksgiving once, with like split up by ads, and it was peak. I was like, there's something so special about catching a movie on cable.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I miss TNT every day, man. I miss TNT and TBS. What it used to be before TBS got taken over by like reality TV and house flipping.
I do like reality TV, but like, that they canceled Milf Manor, so why even fucking live?
Exactly. But like, speaking of TV and stuff and prestige, I saw Del Toro's Frankenstein in theaters.
Did you not enjoy it?
So here's the thing. I actually do not care for a lot of Del Toro's works. He has this like, okay, this is a me problem. He has this endless optimism and faith in humanity. And I'm just not that kind of guy. I'm a huge cynic. Okay, but you know what I mean, right?
He'd probably respect that opinion though. He'd probably be like, "No, I get it. Like, it's fine." I don't know how Del Toro sounds. I assume he sounds like kind of like what he sounds like in Death Stranding.
Like, okay, but I will say this: I did like Frankenstein.
Oh, that's good. I
did like Frankenstein.
Better than Nosferatu?
Yes. No. Oh God, 200%. 200%. And its themes are very, very clear, so you can't get them misconstrued. Because if you go see it in theaters, it opens with Del Toro being like, this is about my relationship with my father and my children and how I had become my father and an absent father. I made that post where Hideo Kojima's Metal Gear Solid 2, Sons of Liberty, walked so Del Toro's Frankenstein could run. Like, straight up. Like, straight up. It's literally about like cycles of, generational abuse and neglect and expectations. I was like, I'll go see it with my friend because, Charles Dance is in it. And like, dude, he's so fucking old, man. Please stop acting. I'm your health, my guy. But then I walked away really enjoying it, like really, really liking it. Like Pan's Labyrinth is still my favorite, which is like such an easy fucking like choice. And then it's like Frankenstein. I don't like The Shape of Water. I mean, Pinocchio I thought was good. I like, anti-fascist Pinocchio. But when it comes to like actual like the films themselves, yes, then it's Pan's Labyrinth and Frankenstein for me. And I do think, Cullen, you would like it.
It's
Oscar Isaac's naked.
Oh, okay. Well then, yeah, I'll go see it.
So yeah.
It's on the list. It's on Netflix now, so I will maybe put it on after I move, just to have something to do.
Yeah, I think you'd like it. I won't spoil anything, even though it is, Frankenstein or whatever, and everyone knows what happens in Frankenstein, but this is Del Toro's interpretation, so it does stray from the source material a little bit, but the movie is actually split into two parts. And that is the two different perspectives between, Frankenstein,
Frank and Stein.
Victor Frankenstein, and the creature. It is good. It is really good.
Yeah, I'm in a movie watching mood, so I think I'll do that.
Yeah, you kind of like a really good like for gangster movies. Just to bring it back to that real quick, you can do Goodfellas, and then you can watch Casino, and then you can watch the you can either watch Gangs of New York or you can watch The Irishman.
And you could watch Gotti,
Because
starring John Travolta.
if I remember right, Goodfellas, Casino, and The Irishman are all movies featuring Robert De Niro and Joe Pesci acting against each other in a Martin Scorsese film.
Yes. The Irishman is so slow, dude, though. You're going to have to like...
It's a slow burn. It's a real slow burn.
You're going to have to like... Yeah, you're going to have to actually straight up like sit down and force yourself to get through it. It's worth it.
I like
but
movies
like
that.
Yeah, it is very long.
I'm speaking of movies, I'm trying to get my girlfriend caught up on the Knives Out movies because that third one's coming out in like a week or two. I hope it's good. Have you guys seen the Knives Out movie?
One. So I didn't like the first one because it feels like a lot of like, I'll be honest, and this might be an unpopular opinion, like with the way that Rian Johnson treated Oscar Isaac and Daniel Boyega on the set of that Star Wars movie, that first movie felt like a lot of fucking posturing, but the second one felt pretty spot on, you know?
Yeah,
because it had less to do with him trying to talk about race than anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah. I will say I thought Knives Out was fine.
Yes.
Like I thought
agree.
it was okay. The whole reason I want to see the second one or the third one
is it because the guy from that one movie's in it?
No. It's just because Glass Onion was so good.
Yeah,
Glass Onion was so that's Knives Out kind of ended abruptly in my opinion. Like it felt like he didn't know how to solve the mystery, so he just did like a last minute like the scene where Benoit Blanc is like, "You are a good nurse," and like stuff like that scene was good, but like it was very clearly like suddenly the mystery is solved. Glass Onion was way better. Like it had a way better setup. It had way better twists. It had way better like it went in directions that were satisfying that I didn't expect. Right? It's also like subversion of expectation, but in a good way.
Yeah, the way like because I thought the first movie like I realized at the end during the reveal that I was like kind of too smart
for the movie.
Yeah.
And then he fixes that in Glass Onion because it's not about do you know the mystery? It's like you want them to win. And that's like the thing. It's like the thing in Glass Onion is not how do we solve the mystery? It's how do we convince these really bad people that they need to like turn on the worst of them? And like that's like a really compelling story and stuff like that. So I'm hoping the third one is good too. I also just like Benoit Blanc as a character. I think that character is really neat.
Edward Norton basically playing the fucking
Elon
billionaire Elon Musk XB was so good.
It was.
I really like Edward Norton as an actor. You know, God wills it. Kingdom of Heaven.
Yeah, I like him too in The Incredible Hulk.
He's so fucking good. So it was just, I think it was like perfect casting all around for the archetypes each of those characters was supposed to basically embody.
Yeah.
But God, yeah, I will watch that third one. I expect nothing of it. But if it is good, I shall be, you know, surprised.
Yeah.
The best way the best way I go into those movies is I think of them as Agatha Christie novels.
Yeah.
And that puts me in the perfect mindset of like, oh, okay, this is the kind of like storytelling we're going to be doing.
Man, we should, when you guys move in, I would like to watch a movie with you guys. Just
move in
to
where?
do something.
Move in where? Where are we going?
Where are we going?
When you guys move into a shoebox with me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure.
We're gonna become, what is it, the false gnome sluts of Berlin or something, that shitpost. Wait, have you guys not heard of that?
The what?
Okay, so
living in a shoebox. Okay.
Yeah, so basically, in Germany, there's like it's not a shoebox. They live in like a shoe. The gnomes that like. Live in
the
shoe,
lady that lives
right?
in the shoe.
Yes, but these gnomes are fucking evil. They're evil in Germany because all fairy tales in Germany are like fucking evil. They're all terrible. Brothers Grimm, you know?
Yeah.
But there was like this shit post going around, like a Jeopardy question. And it was like, the answer was like, yes, the false, what is it? Gnome sluts of Berlin or something. Hang on.
I think I remember that one. Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
Disney's a fucking coward. I like the way the original Cinderella story ends. It ends with her stepsisters and stepmother getting their eyes pecked out by crows.
Raw.
It's awesome.
Yes.
Disney
Dude,
is
Germans
a
are just-
coward. Why would Jafar return?
Somehow
Like,
Jafar returned.
You know what, Disney? I can't stand you. I loathe you. You ruin everything you touch.
Oh well.
And you know what? They haven't ruined Marvel Rivals yet because I feel like they just don't have much of a say in whatever the fuck they're doing there.
That is an excellent
So-
segue. You kind of killed
Did
that
you-
because
well-
season 5 came out today,
Oh
right?
god. So yeah, I've been playing loads of Gambit. He actually crashed the servers.
Yeah.
So many people were trying to log in to play the bisexual Cajun that you just couldn't fucking play the game.
The fucking
I have
banner
a-
for Marvel Rivals right now is him and Rogue having a picnic.
It's so cute, right?
Oh, I want to
Like-
be him.
She's gonna be added to the game next, and I'm hoping she's a Vanguard, and that because he's a support, so I finally have another fucking support to play, and he's really aggressive. Like
Oh yeah.
okay, you guys haven't played in a while, but they added Daredevil to the game, and he's so fucking annoying. Like he'll basically use echolocation to find you, grab you, and beat the shit out of you. But with Gambit, you can like turn around and whack him with your staff.
Now with Daredevil, does the like is the screen like black?
Stop. No.
No, I'm being
Some of
like,
it is, yes. No, it is.
Okay.
Yeah,
What?
you have really limited vision. It's black. Everything is outlined in red.
I'm
You
looking
can
this up
use your
right now.
echolocation. Dude, I'm not kidding. I'm
No, like,
not
that's-
kidding.
that's-
No, I gotta
like
see
it-
how this I gotta see what this looks like because if it looks like a Virtual Boy game,
We should watch the Ben Affleck movie sometime. That
Oh,
movie
it's
is
so
like
good.
awesome.
it's
sauce.
actually not bad. It holds up pretty well for the era it was made
It's
in that
so
like
good.
very fun way.
Yeah, it is fun. I will say that.
So he has like really limited vision, as you can see here in the screenshot. But he
Oh,
also has
yeah.
to like ping. He has to ping to see things. Like he has sonar.
I see it.
Yeah.
That's kind of sick.
Dude, he's so annoying. Dude, I got fucking so like they also buffed Captain America GC to where when he ults, and if you're in his ult, it like boosts your ult charge. So I'm in the fucking backline throwing my cards, minding my own business, and fucking Daredevil and Captain America are fucking double teaming me in the backline. I'm getting hard focused down, and I'm just like, this is fine. It's okay. Clearly, I'm too good at my job, so they're beating the shit out of me.
Marvel
it's-
Rivals
it's-
might be having a bounce back.
It's really good. It's really good right now because they added way too many like DPS, and now there's finally support. They added
Yeah.
Angela from I think Spawn or something. Yeah, dude, they added Angela.
How have I not heard of like any of this?
Spawn.
Yeah. It's because like if you don't pay attention to the game, you kind of miss stuff if you don't really care about Marvel or Marvel Rivals. Whereas I'm just like, when are they going to give me the Captain America and the Winter Soldier skin? And they're all they tease Cyclops in the trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Rogue should be
I'm
a
really
Vanguard, and
excited.
her like ult should be that she steals someone else's power. But I think there's already somebody that does that. So Loki
Loki.
already does that. So it'll
Yeah,
be interesting
Loki.
to see. Maybe she takes from her allies. She takes like their passive buffs. That'd be cool.
Maybe she just fucking sucks the life out of you.
Ah, man, I wish you would. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But yeah, it's man, it's so fucking fun right now because like people are running super different comps. So Gambit's kit, by the way, you have to scroll down 3 times to read all of it.
That's kind of sick.
I love
Yeah.
Gambit. He's one of my. He is my favorite X-Men.
I really
you'd
liked him
love
in,
him.
in my favorite movie, X-Men Origins Wolverine. He was
Oh,
real funny
Cullen.
in that one.
Colin, you know that stupid Channing Tatum line? I've been waiting for this or whatever.
Yeah,
I've been waiting for this.
They have a reference to that in the game.
that's kind of sick.
Yeah,
I
it's so
tried
fucking
to
funny.
watch that movie because everyone was like, yeah, Marvel movies are bad, but this one's really good. It has a lot of heart. And I watched it. It was one of the most like cynical things I have like ever seen. It is like dripping with like hello fellow kids energy. Like, and I'm the guy who like would appreciate like nostalgia baiting to 2000s Fox Marvel movies, and I felt nothing. I had to like I turned the movie off. I just did not enjoy it.
Did you get to the part to where Blade says a slur?
No, I didn't even get that far. I got to the part where fucking Johnny got blown up into like a big pile of meat. And I was just like, this is not fun. I hate Deadpool. I forgot.
Yeah, I can't stand Deadpool either. So like it's just
Deadpool is unfortunately too cool a character, by which I mean if people didn't base their entire personalities around Wade Wilson, Deadpool would be a much more fun, like exciting character to see. I would even go so far as to say, yeah, Ryan Reynolds' like portrayal of Deadpool is like spot on. Unfortunately, there's too many fucking losers who think they are Deadpool. It's like the same effect as like the Joker. Basically, if there's any male character out there that like has an extreme emotion, weird dudes like latch onto those characters and like salivate over them because it's like he's like the way I want to be, and it's like, you mean like emotional? Yeah, man, dude, you can do that right now. Like, just be open with your feelings. No, but he's like, you know, like taking it out on everyone else, and it's like,
You guys remember?
So I'm gonna be honest. The overlap between guys who like Deadpool and like My Little Pony are a fucking circle.
It is. Yeah.
Do you guys remember? I don't know if you guys went to. Well, I'm sure Kaz did, but do you guys remember cons in like the 2010s?
Yes.
Unfortunately, yeah.
We like. I don't know if this was just where my state or if this was just general, but there would always be a bunch of guys dressed up like Deadpool who would just scream the most cringe shit at the like con floor because they're trying to be funny. Like the one that always sticks with me is just some guy being like, I busted a grumpy. And no one like said anything or laughed, and he just walked away. And like it's just that. They're all that. And it's just like
it's people that really want people to pay attention to them. I'm really sorry. I know that sounds mean, but like
it's okay. Like
do
your
not
parents
base
aren't
your
getting back
personality
together
around Deadpool.
You just have
for
to
the
move
love
on.
of God.
Like
I have a friend who loved Deadpool and put on his Deadpool costume when he went to Universal Islands of Adventure.
Oof.
And they walked up to him and they said, "Sir, you have to get out of this costume right now." And it was really embarrassing. He wasn't wearing a cup.
Ew.
By
the way, if you're gonna cosplay somebody in spandex, wear a cup. Please, God, wear a cup. Go Google.
And like none of them do. That's the problem. You just see their dicks.
Their fucking meat and tang is just out.
And it's the same way again, by the way, because I went to LA Comic Con and the amount of Deadpools and Wolverines was insane. And the Wolverines are usually always ripped, which is like, great, that's amazing. I love that. But like the Deadpools are always like, what?
Flaunt it if you got it, you know?
Yeah.
If you're ripped, yeah.
They're also pretty nice too. Every Wolverine I've spoken to has been pretty nice. They just want to wear their Wolverine costume. But dude, Deadpool cosplayers are a fucking menace.
You wanna know why the Wolverine cosplayers are like on average better behaved? It's because fucking people who aspire to be Wolverine aspire to be a rough but lovable paternal father figure who respects people. Okay, like
yeah. Not to be that like you are what you cosplay, but that it does tend to be what normal people who don't do a lot of cosplaying are.
They do it. Like the reason
yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
The reason we have "you aren't who you cosplay" as a statement is because it works both ways. It's, hey, don't judge people based on what they cosplay, but also do not base your entire personality around the character you want to cosplay as. You are not that character actually.
Exactly. Like, brother.
Just like go Google like any fucking YouTube video of a guy cosplaying Joker and like, you know, you'll understand what we're talking about. Everybody.
Yeah.
Gross. Sorry, Kazuma, go ahead.
No, it kills the man. But yeah, I really haven't done a lot because I'm working like crazy all the time. not the woes of what I do, because I'm happy with what I do and I can never talk about what I do until like maybe 5 years after the thing I do is done. But it's really just been like Frankenstein, the absolute trance I get into watching Game of Thrones while I work, and Marvel Rivals, which if you guys want to play Marvel Rivals again, let me know. I'm more than happy to. I will gladly hit you guys with my cards to heal you and do just
I'm thinking
that.
about it.
I had to
about it.
uninstall it for space, and also I am drowning in single player RPGs, but I do appreciate the invite.
Yeah, but speaking of single player RPGs, what have you been up to?
Oh my god, I've been playing a lot of games. And I can talk about them for the most part. I feel like GC and I have basically played the same games. There's like 3 big ones that come to mind.
Yeah.
But I will take the opportunity to first talk about the fact that I put out a preview for a game called Octopath Traveler 0. I have been playing it, and I am playing it, and I will be reviewing it. Unfortunately,
wait, hang on. There's another Octopath Traveler game coming out?
Yeah. It's coming out in like 20 days.
But not technically a new one.
So yeah, it's Square Enix is doing what people have been yelling at them to do for ages, and they essentially took the bones of the mobile game Champions of the Continent, I believe it is called, and they are just taking that and then redesigning it from the ground up as a single player full Octopath Traveler game.
Okay.
There's a demo out now, so if anyone is interested, you can just go play the demo. The demo is pretty much what we were allowed to talk about in our previews, and it was very funny because they announced the demo during that State of Play thing that aired a couple days ago. And at the time, everyone in the press sphere was getting ready to put their previews out and didn't know about this demo. And the demo came out like an hour before their previews went to go drop. So it's just like, oh yeah, you can just go play the opening of this game. Now that you've all played the opening of this game, here's us talking about the opening of the game. But it's I have to keep it short because there's so much. Like they were saying, this is like 100+ hour RPG. Like probably one of the biggest Octopath games they've ever made.
Brother,
and
I'm happy for you, but also holy shit.
Yeah. I'm in danger, especially as we talk about some of the other games we've been playing. But the big thing with this one is that there's like a town building sim put into it. It's from
fuck, you didn't just say that.
You knew about that.
No, I didn't.
Well, I mean, if you were a good friend, you would have read my preview and then you would have known about it, but it's okay.
I don't read Cullen.
This is such a lie. Out of like the 2 of us, you know for a fact, like
you both said that at the same time. Fuck you.
Like if we were at power scale, our literacy, I'd be at the bottom, and then a big gap, and then GC, and then cause.
Okay. Thank you for putting me at the top.
Of course.
Well, yeah, no, for sure. You read more books than I do. Jesus.
I don't even like. I don't know when the last time I read the David Lynch book this year, and that was the first book I read in years. But anyway, so like, yeah, there's so far the town building sim stuff is pretty simple. The whole gimmick is that you're in a little like starting RPG village, and 3 big powerful people burnt your village to the ground and killed all your friends. And yeah, and then you have to go get your revenge and then rebuild your town. It is promising, I think, is the best way to describe it. With a game as big as they're saying this will be, there's not really much I can say given the little sliver of gameplay. It's a slow burn kind of game, and I will hopefully have more to say about it whenever early December we do our podcast. But that is not the only HD 2D game that came out since we last recorded.
Oh, I thought you were gonna go into sports anime game, but I think we're doing Dragon Quest.
We are doing Dragon Quest. Um, the Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD 2D remake just came out. But I had been playing it for a couple weeks. I'm writing my review at RPG Site right now, and GC got to play this at launch. I think these remakes are really fucking good.
Indubitably, I agree. I do believe that Dragon Quest 1 HD 2D remake is quite possibly the best way to experience Dragon Quest 1 at this moment in time. That may be recency bias, but having played every version of Dragon Quest 1 some multiple times, the remake takes the remake is essentially what Dragon Quest 1 would have been without the very stringent hardware limitations of the NES. Most remakes and ports of Dragon Quest 1 that we've had in the past,
and there's like 10 I counted.
Yeah. Most of them just retain the same like text, a lot of the same like beats. They don't add anything. They don't flesh out the despite the fact that you have more space on the hard drive and all that stuff. They don't expand on the story. They keep it very simple, and it remains very simple, and that's fine because that's the original game, so you can appreciate it for what it is. But for this remake, they decided to flesh out certain elements of the story.
Both of the games are complete reimaginings. Like,
yes,
the areas are the same. Like, you still do the general same thing, but how you do them and the nature in which things are set up are just entirely redesigned.
There's much more context for what you're doing. There's much more like storytelling going on, simply because in the original versions of those games, they couldn't do that. And Yuji Horii, even at the time, was a storyteller that was capable of doing a lot more. He just had to cut down for the sake of the game. So in Dragon Quest 1, at the very least, you get more scenes with Princess Gwaelin, who is sort of like the love interest in the original.
The damsel.
The damsel in distress, who actually gets some really nice, very importantly, she gets cutscenes where she's not like completely helpless. She's captive, but she's not like, she is resisting like the bad guys from like tricking her and tormenting her, and so she's like fighting back in her own ways and stuff like that, which I enjoyed. They've added more characters to the hero's journey, where he encounters like these side characters, who many of which never get any names, but they talk to him, and there's sort of like a contrast between your hero and them, and like what they're capable of doing, or like their own sort of like weaknesses as people and stuff like that, and like what sets you apart from them and stuff like that.
Have you ever played Dragon Quest 1?
No.
Do you know like anything about it?
No, I was a Final Fantasy girly, not a Dragon Quest girly.
Fair enough. So Dragon Quest 1 is very funny because, like, you know, one of the earliest RPGs to ever do it. It is about like, you don't have a party or anything. You are one guy who in the original game can only fight one monster at a time, and you're just roaming this world by yourself and just handling it. You're figuring everything out on your own. It is an
adventure game. It is an adventure game.
And but because of like where Dragon Quest went and how much of the RPG genre it established, by changing the context around it to being a sequel to Dragon Quest 3 instead of like its own thing, they basically turn it into like I don't want, like, I'm saying this ironically, but it's not entirely false. A bit of like a turn-based Dark Souls, where your guy is like, because like they took because the whole concept is we're modernizing these like old games. They basically take the fact that it took the Dragon Quest 3 hero a whole party of people to do anything that the Dragon Quest 1 hero was able to do by himself, as an excuse to just make the Dragon Quest 1 guy or a farm the whole game.
Yeah.
Okay.
And because the Dragon Quest 1 guy is the coolest guy ever, and he handled everything on his own, and he wasn't afraid of anyone.
Yeah. And
And those characters, not to cut you off, it's like, but those characters GC was talking about literally exist in the story to be like,
power skills.
Oh no, we're not gonna make it. The enemies are too. Oh, it's the Dragon Quest 1 hero, and he killed all of them easily.
And like the way they characterize him is very nice because they take the silent protagonist thing from the original, and they sort of recontextualize it into like he's just like a very like soft-spoken guy.
They also kind of I got some vibes that they were honing in on how like lonely it would be to actually just go do that. Like you get a couple like lines from NPCs that are just like, wow, you really are just doing this alone, right? Like
there's an NPC that literally goes, you know, Erdrick did this with like his friends. Do you have any friends? And like that's almost word for word what the NPC
That's
says.
So fucking funny. Hey, what like alone? Male
Yeah,
loneliness
like by
epidemic?
yourself.
Is that you?
hey, you know, that is true though, because literally like the Dragon Quest 1 is a game of that meme where it's like the cure to the male loneliness epidemic is thugging that shit out. Because you literally do that. Like it is, wow, our world is fucked. This is really bad. The Dragon Lord is going to kill all of us. And one day, like, you're just napping in the woods and like God is like, hey, can you like, you know,
So
you're like, your Erdrick's like, you know.
That's the interesting thing about the remake is that you get that vision at the start, right? And that's what your hero sets forth doing. But like the entire game is like, okay, but are you though? And like you've played Dragon Quest 1 before, so you know that it's like, yeah, of course he's the descendant of Erdrick or whatever. But for people who play this for the first time, they literally in the game, they do it in the original as well. People are like, where's your proof? I mean, anybody can just come up here and be like, yeah, I'm the guy. It's like, what's your proof?
Are you the guy?
So you actually see the hero of Dragon Quest 1 sort of earn that legacy. And it's even to the point where it's like, it's never really proven. Like they never really prove that you're actually related to him. They just like the deific spirit sort of tells you that, but like there's never like a moment where you're like, oh yeah, I'm totally like, here's like undeniable. Like it just kind of assumes that you are, and it's sort of like, because of the way they frame it, it's like you are inheriting a legacy, right? By earning your place in it. And that's super cool because Dragon Quest 1 is a game with a lot of unanswered questions. It's a lot of the story, quote unquote, that people remember from Dragon Quest 1 is sort of people putting things together based on like what you do in the game. And then Dragon Quest 1,
it's a lot of like, you get vague ideas and you like,
you have to fill in the gaps. And that's what I like about this remake is that it still has a lot of that stuff in it. And even in gameplay, like they've added a bunch of abilities, a bunch of spells. They've added more enemies. They've changed how things behave to like a more modern Dragon Quest context.
It's harder.
It's the same. This is insane to say. It's the same difficulty curve as the original. It's the same challenge of the original. It's the same. The Dragon Lord has the same different set of attacks, different attack stuff. You have different skills. It's the same exact type of challenge. It's the same exact type of like, when do I not attack? I defended in this game to beat the final boss. I've never defended in an RPG to save my goddamn life.
You have to defend?
Yeah.
There are moments in Dragon Quest 1 where defending is the optimal strategy.
Well, because if you don't, you'll fucking die. Like,
because if you don't, you can't out-heal it.
The like one of the neat things they've done is they've given your guy like unique abilities. Like you literally have a full defense move that just fucking parries more or less. Just like
it can fail though.
Like, oh, that's awesome.
Cop out can fail. That's really funny.
So like it is asking a lot more of the player than the original was, because like the means to engage with the combat system was so limited because of the hardware. But now with these two remakes, they're literally able to like look back on these older games with a lot of the mechanical complexities of the modern games, and like they actually adapt that challenge to match that.
Yeah.
So
It's insane. It's the same. This is why I'm telling you that this is the best way to play Dragon Quest 1 because it feels identical to that original experience in the best way possible.
I will say though, I was less hot on Dragon Quest 1 HD as GC was. And it's mostly because I like how much of the original game is kind of just freeform and optional. And like you just really have to figure all the shit out on your own. And I think that's part of the appeal, is that it is a very like tightly designed retro game that you could finish in like 8 hours. And that's not even if you know what you're doing. Like it's just if you're
I think my total playtime was like 15, 16 hours, something like that.
My one for the remake was 22.
Okay.
But so it's like I feel like it's a bit padded in spots. A lot of the really cool optional moments are no longer optional. Like in the original game, you could just forget to save the princess.
Yeah, like you could beat the game without rescuing her.
Oh, what?
It's really cool. Like because of how like open the design is, it will just let you finish the game without doing one of the key things asked of you at the start.
Because the way it's designed is because the original is like you kind of have to figure things out. You can brute force your way into figuring it out, or when you replay the game, you know where the item the princess like tells you the location of the item, that one of the items you need to beat the game, the princess will tell you where it is if you rescue her. But if you play the game again, you know where it is already, so you don't have to rescue her, and the game is totally fine with you doing that. The game is also totally fine with you never collecting all of the pieces of Erdrick's armor as well, which is good too. And that is still in the original, in the remake as well.
Yeah.
But Dragon Quest is like, the original Dragon Quest is full of a bunch of stuff that RPGs never took from it, and they should have, but they ended up eventually getting there like 10 years after the fact. It's really fucking bizarre that Dragon Quest was as popular as it was, and yet nobody fucking took anything that game was doing and applied it to their own. Like it's bizarre. It's absolutely weird. But yeah,
the remake's
Dragon
good.
Quest 1's good. And then I started 2, and 2 seems to be shaping up to be very, very good as well.
How far are you into? I feel like this will be a much shorter discussion because
I'm only a couple hours.
So, cause for context, Dragon Quest 1 comes out, you know, it's very beloved. Dragon Quest 2 comes out. GC, how long between releases? Was it like a year or so?
I believe at most it was a year, but I believe I got to look it up on Shmuplations. There's a Shmuplations interview with Yuji Horii about Dragon Quest 2 where he complains about the entire production of it. It's like a couple months at worst.
Yeah. So Dragon Quest 1 is this game, small scaled, like you are literally just walking around this whole town, like this whole country by yourself, like walking, like you are going everywhere on foot. Dragon Quest 2 is the overambitious rushed sequel, you know, because every game of that era had one. Where it's still like a, you know, I'd say it's a modestly sized game. It's like a 15-20 hour game.
8 months.
Wow. 8 months.
8 months between Dragon Quest 1's release and Dragon Quest 2's release.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So, you know, you have like, again, the 15 to 20 hour, like larger scope, but like this was still on the NES. So all their cool ideas, like a fully explorable world with like boat travel and all this stuff, kind of hampered a lot of Dragon Quest 2. It is a game I've always like really liked, but it's very hard to get into, and I don't think it's as like fine-tuned as the first game. And then you have Dragon Quest 3, which is one of the most beloved RPGs of all time, where it's just kind of, it set the standard of what RPGs should be in a lot of ways. What they've done here is 2 has gotten the biggest overhaul of all of the games in the trilogy because they started remaking 3 and then they released 1 and 2, and 3 was always like a prequel to those games, but they've like framed the trilogy in chronological order with these. So now they've positioned 2 as the finale game, and they have massively expanded the scope of this game. Like, we are talking, they turned a like 15 to 20 hour game into like a 50-hour game. And Dragon Quest II's remake, it has fully like held on to the like open-ended exploration of like classic Dragon Quest that I feel like 1's remake streamlined a bit too much. You have your boat. It is, you have a whole section of the game where you literally just have to go out and figure out what the fuck you need to do. And that's
it's also written very well.
Yes, and in the ways
Cosmo,
like
you would love the way these 2 games are localized, because it's old English. It's Game of Thrones English, but like it's written really fucking well.
Okay. And they also like they do some fun things with, you know,
and it's performed by Shakespearean theater actors.
Yeah.
Oh my fucking god. Okay, cool, awesome. I need to play this game.
I really wish GC had had played more too. We will, I guess, have another discussion later. But I think what they have done with Dragon Quest II has made it one of my new favorite classic Dragon Quest games. It is like, I think this whole remake trilogy is worth it just for 2. Because I was replaying 3 when it like came out last year, and I was like, oh, it's good, but this is a polished version of the SNES remake of Dragon Quest 3. Yeah. And I like Dragon Quest 3, but I have never loved Dragon Quest 3.
Dragon Quest 3 is a less impressive remake because they didn't really do much to it. But that's also because the original Dragon Quest, like the most up-to-date version we've had of Dragon Quest 3 before this, was already like pretty robust. Like it was already pretty like fleshed out and all that. So
yeah, but also like I think this might get me crucified, but 3, it's not that 3 is low on my rankings of the series. It is very middling. Like, it's one of those games that because it inspired so much, I have seen everything it does better than it. Like,
that's fair. That's fair.
And so 3 is kind of just unimpressive.
I think you're crazy and wrong, and I'm going to kill you, but you know, that's fair.
You know, that actually applies to a question we have that we'll circle back to later.
Yes. Yeah, but like 3 is a good game. But you know me, I'm like the guy who likes the black sheep entries, so I've always found 2 a lot more interesting. And with this remake, they were like, no, Cullen, you were right. You were right. This is more interesting than any of that crap. We've made the ultimate Dragon Quest game just for you. So yeah, anyway, we will circle back to Dragon Quest talk once GC plays more of 2 and we are both gearing up to play 7.
Smoke that shit.
But I will kick the soccer ball to GC.
Okay, I'll be honest. I have been watching you like tweet, post about these fucking games. Yeah, okay, thanks.
Yeah.
But like I have no idea what this game is about other than it's apparently like a good sports anime and it's everything everybody hoped it would be.
Yeah, so Inazuma 11 Victory Road has been in development for 11 years.
Yep. Is the 11 in Inazuma for the 11-year development?
Coincidence,
yes. This is GCNI's first Inazuma 11 game, so we are not like longtime fans. We literally were like, oh, there's a cool level 5 game coming out. We should play it. GC is further than I am, but what you have to know about this game is that this is a crazy sicko super game with 3 games shoved into it.
Yes.
There
are at least 2 single player campaigns.
Yes. There is a story mode with like a RGG style open world to explore where you take on side quests and you are building together.
Games.
Yeah, do mini games. You have like the whole like recontextualizing like RPG combat as awkward social situations.
Yes.
as like the battle mechanic, which is really fun.
Which is how Like a Dragon should have been, but I digress.
Oh yeah, but well, this doesn't take itself as serious as Like a Dragon, which I think helps a lot.
Well, Like a Dragon takes itself seriously when it's convenient for the people that are getting interviewed about it to say that they take themselves seriously, and then when it's silly, they can like just say, "Oh no, we have a lot of fun with it." Actually, they just say whatever. They just say whatever. Yeah. They but literally like, don't have any. Sorry.
No, yeah, it's so and. This like so you have I believe it's story mode, chronicle mode, and then just normal like soccer, right?
Story mode takes place 25 years after the first Inazuma 11, and chronicle mode is a recap of the entire series.
I think they said there's like over like what, like 45.
There are over 5,400 characters you can recruit.
Yes.
To your team of 11 people. That's why it's called Inazuma 11, by the way, because soccer teams are 11 versus 11.
Okay, I thought it was like this game took 11 years to develop. Please.
No.
Please buy our game. Okay.
I am stunned at what is on offer here. Like, I have only played the story mode, which is so funny. You boot up the story mode and the disclaimer literally says, "Hey, you're not going to play a game of soccer for a couple hours."
It's going to take I haven't played an actual 11 versus 11 match yet. And I have 8 hours in the game.
Oh my God.
I have played a 5-on-5 match. And some people might be like, well, that's going to suck, isn't it? Let me tell you something. Not only is this like a really fun like game with like a weird slice of life mode that has like a lot of elements that I wish Like a Dragon utilized in its like town exploration, like day-to-day shit.
You have a whole city to explore. Like if that wasn't clear,
it's the whole city.
Whole city.
It's like an entire like island. Like it is huge. But also I really like the story.
It's good. Like, cause do you watch much sports anime, or have like
I
you
hate
ever
anime?
Well, we know that, but like,
yes, I meant. But have you ever seen like one?
Do you
really
feel the
good...
burning urge for ambition and competition?
I read Slam Dunk.
Was that good?
Did you
Slam
enjoy
Dunk's
it?
fucking awesome, but it's not like modern sports anime.
No.
It
I just asked
means something.
I just asked if you've ever seen a sports anime, like period.
Sports manga or anime?
I will count sports manga. Yeah. I will count that.
So it's okay. Well, I do know about the that one basketball anime where they were like
Kuroko no Basket.
Where like the guy like
plays.
Yeah, the basketball with the meme where he's like holding a basketball and a laser beam's coming out of it, and someone's like, "No, that's like what Michael Jordan did at like the 1993 like playoffs or whatever." But that's all I know about sports. I don't watch it. It's not my thing, but I know it has a lot of heart.
Okay, so the premise of this story is something for people that don't want to get spoiled. It happens in like the first 15 minutes of the game. You're fine. The entire story mode is constructed as though you are watching an anime and you are participating in the anime as it happens. But it's not an anime recap because it's an original story. So you get anime cutscenes, you get an anime opening, you get like an end of episode like stinger for the next episode. And the premise is that your main character is a little boy who loves soccer with all his heart, and that's the problem because he has a heart condition, and he is unable to play soccer. After he like collapses on the field, they find out he has a rare genetic condition where he cannot play soccer, and so he cannot play soccer anymore. Well, he can't do any high intensity exercises.
But also, like, cause here's the thing. This is a world where there's nothing like soccer is everything.
It's like if Yu-Gi-Oh was about soccer.
Yes.
It's like if Yu-Gi-Oh was about soccer.
There are other sports, of course. But this is a world where,
what you're telling me is that in high octane, extremely dangerous paintball, your main character is the king of games and can. Okay, wait. Okay, have any of you read the Yu-Gi-Oh manga?
Yes,
I've read
Season 0. You mean?
Yeah, season 0 where they're
where
playing
Yami-Yugi
paintball
is
with the hired assassins.
Yes.
And they win by virtue of Yami-Yugi being the king of games.
Yeah, where Yami-Yugi suspends a man from a skyscraper and is like, I'll draw a card. If it's not the card that you need, bye. Like,
dude, that manga is sick as hell. It's so gnarly. Anyways.
It's so good. So instead, but he cannot help but love soccer. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like that's his thing. He cannot help but love soccer. So eventually in the story, pretty quickly, he goes, I might not be able to play soccer, but I want to bring back the football club to this school. And as you continue playing, I haven't gotten very far. I've only played 8 hours. You learn that the reason there isn't a football club at the school he's at may not be for great reasons. And literally before we started the podcast, I'm doing a quest and I'm like, wait a minute. Because I'm listening to what people in the game are saying and like how they're like framing things. And I'm like, this actually might have like something to it. Like it is a sports anime where it's like, I think it works because they're little kids. So like, they're like middle schoolers. So it's like, it works really well in the sense it's like Cullen was saying, this is a world where everyone cares a lot about soccer. And that makes sense from like a child's perspective of like, if you are really into this thing, that's your world, right? Like that's what you care about. So that's the way you see the rest of the world around you. So that works really well. It's really good framing for that. And like the best part about it is that it does something that I don't always like in sports anime, but I like it here because again, they're kids. So they like the more imaginative stuff they do in the story so far really works because it's just like a child's imagination going nuts, which is something level 5 is pretty good at. If you look at like, like Ni no Kuni is not like the best game in terms of like pacing, but like if you look at the idea of like a kid's imagination sort of like warping the world around him into this like fantasy thing, that's basically what Ni no Kuni is. Like that's him like he's like dealing with a difficult situation by like, you know, seeing the world in a different way or whatever. In Inazuma 11, like your main character who goes to this school without a football club because he's trying to run away from soccer because he's like spiteful about it, and then eventually realizes that like he can't like give it up. He sees a video. One of his friends sends him a video and his friend's like, I think you might want to watch this. So he starts watching this video of this other kid who is the son of the protagonist from the first series. And the kid is like really good at soccer, and he's watching the video and he like gets absorbed into the video, and he's standing in the stadium and he's like, what the fuck is going on? And he's watching this kid do all this stuff. And then he hallucinates the kid drag him into the pitch, and they are staring at each other. And he's like, you're not actually him. And the kid goes, you're right, I'm not. And then he like gets in his face and he's like, I'm football. You love it. You know, you want to fucking be really good at football and kick my ass. The child prodigy is called a football monster. That's his like nickname. Like that's his like legend name. It's like he's the football monster because he has like all these like different abilities, and he's like a terror on the field. He's just that good that he's like a freak of nature, right? And the hallucination of that kid looks at our main character and goes, you need to become a football hero and you need to vanquish the monster. And all of it is contextualized in that it's just your main character being inspired and driven to achieve something incredible. And like, that's all fantastical elements, but it works because he's a kid and he's like imagining this like, you know, this like false like storyline rivalry thing. And he's rediscovering his dream to be a soccer player. And then he takes it upon himself to manage the football team at the school. And that's the whole campaign. And that's the whole campaign. He becomes a manager for a bunch of kids who like he has like his thing is that he can like tell when someone's good at like would make a good soccer player, or like where like their talents would be best at like in soccer. So literally you play the team manager.
So, and literally the first thing, like the way we see this is that he goes down an alley and sees like the bad boy, like delinquent, the punk, like almost get his like he's like kicking the shit out of a bunch of like adults, and they go like bring a pipe and they go to like break his legs, and he's like, no, those legs, they're for soccer, you can't hurt them, and literally takes a pipe to the back of the head.
And it's like over the top and it's ridiculous, but it's exactly what you would want for a sports anime that's like aimed at kids, that's from the perspective of a child, that's like trying to do something. And I think there also might be some themes of like talking about how like a lot of the times kids are sort of like subject to like the adults, like they're kind of like a lot of times kids want to be a certain way, but like the authority figures in their life don't let them be that. And there's quite a few things so far in the story that like are really leaning into that being sort of the central like discussion in the narrative. So I'm excited to keep playing it. It's great. It's an awesome game. I haven't actually played any soccer yet.
Yeah.
But I've done a lot of drills.
I went out of the story mode and I played a bit of the like just a random game.
Yeah.
And it's very fun. I don't play a lot of these like soccer games like the FIFAs, but it seems like close enough, but with like really cool over the top like abilities.
They've added a lot of little RPG elements to it, that so it's not like purely a sports sim, but it's pretty fun. It's a pretty fun like take on a sports game. I like it.
I'm having a really good time. I'm not as far as GC because when it launched, like when GC bought it, like the deluxe edition the day before launch, I was able to play some, but and then I bought my copy on Switch, and the cross save for the whole first day was just down, so I had to restart my entire campaign. It is very charming. I'm having so much fun with it. It's gonna be the game I play during the holidays. That's just like my escape from work games. I really like GC was saying, it just the main character's whole deal of like not being able to play the sport he loves, to the extent of like the inciting incident to like get the characters motivated is like a bunch of baseball players disrespecting a soccer ball. And he's like, you can't fucking do that. You can't do that to my ball. And then they like it's just so,
as someone who grew up playing soccer and like loves the sport, like that's the shit I eat up. That's the sort of over the top shit I eat up.
I also grew up playing soccer, so I had to like I don't like still watch games, but like this had me want to go like watch some games of soccer. Yeah. Like it's compelling. I think if this keeps up being so good, it's gonna be in the rankings for one of the best games I played this year.
Wow. Sports anime, truly a transcendent genre that unites men, women, and non-binary people.
Go watch the first season of Megalobox. It's great. Don't listen to what people say. People say that the ending of that season sucks. They're wrong. Megalobox rules.
Besides that, GC, I don't know if we've played enough of this because we do Inazuma 11 mode, but we also got Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment.
I played a couple missions. I like it a lot, but it's a Muso game, so I'll get to it when I get to it.
The Muso game that ended up being one of the most impressive things on the Switch too.
That game runs like it's on my PC.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I thought it runs the way that some Switch games emulate on PC.
And it looks amazing.
It looks fantastic.
Those Koei Tecmo guys, I think are gonna just they're one of the best things that's ever happened in gaming.
And the voice acting was good too.
Yeah, and the I've only also played a little bit of it, but I wasn't going to get it because like I'm moving. I'm fucking buying a house in like a week. So I've been having to like, budget out my game purchases. And I was like, well, out of all the big Nintendo games coming out, like Kirby Air Ride, which I gotta play. Like I grew up on Kirby Air Ride, so of course I'm getting that, even though it's coming out the day I close. It was like Kirby Air Ride, Metroid, and then Hyrule Warriors. And I was like, it sucks, but they're not selling this Hyrule Warriors game too well. I'm just gonna pass on it. It'll probably be just okay at best. And then it comes out and everyone's giving it glowing reviews and saying it's one of the best like Musos like ever made, and it's gorgeous and it's amazing. And then GC and I were both like, okay, fuck, we gotta hop on.
Then I did.
And it's good.
It turned out to be good.
And I guess I will be replacing Hyrule Warriors with Metroid Prime in terms of the big games I skip, because I don't know if you guys saw the previews for Metroid Prime today.
Okay, I have a lot to say about that, the discourse surrounding that, and I'm going to be really real with people right now, in which I think a little guidance in video games is fine. Again, I'm going through Far Cry right now, and there is the perfect amount of that whimsical, insane white boy talking to himself that feels in character, and either characters calling him over his radio to say, hey, Jason, can you do this thing that I'm not going to spoil in case if Cullen plays it, so Cullen can experience this and understand that this game is a time capsule? And Jason goes, yeah, sure, NPC, who I'm not going to name.
Golly gee.
Yep.
I want to kill people.
Versus Samus, look to your right. There's an herb there, Samus.
Samus, pick up the power up for massive damage.
Samus, did you know if you hold the left bumper, you can charge your blast? Samus. Like honestly, okay, I think it's because I'm an old fart and I'm like almost 35 now, so I'm just gonna be miserable and old and stinky. But I don't think games need to hold your hand that much, and I think it is just like it is an issue, I don't think, of player attention, but I think it's because people in positions of leadership, not the people that write the games themselves, believe that if players do not have their hand held, they will bounce off the game. That is legitimately what I think, is that they think that people who play these games or getting into games for the first time are stupid, which is actually, unfortunately, really fucking correct. But we also need to consider that Metroid is coming out on a console that is primarily marketed towards families and children.
Yeah.
I would also like to point out that to be fair, the industry made it that way. The industry made games that were more straightforward and more handholdy, and so your average video game player today is a lot less like resistant to friction than they used to be. And like that's good and bad, right? Like it's not that games shouldn't have like updated things to make things a little bit, quality of life, but I do think there's definitely like a lot of popular stuff overcorrected, and now you have that problem.
Exactly. So like you can go as far back as points at Far Cry 3. You can blame Far Cry 3 for so much shit. Cullen, you really got to play Far Cry 3. It's a really good game. But you can literally blame Far Cry for... No, okay. Far Cry 3 walked so Breath of the Wild could run.
I really... Like, I started playing Far Cry 4. I did a section of the game up until you get to the open world, because it was like cheap on PlayStation, and I heard it had surround sound and a 60 FPS mode on PS5, and I was like, yay, woohoo, yahoo, yippee, big TV. But I was playing it, and I'm like, oh yeah, I should go play Far Cry 3. I've never played Far Cry 3.
Dude, and I think Far Cry 3 is a stronger game. It has way more friction. The enemy AI is not as generous as it is in Far Cry 4. And yeah, it is a game where like sometimes your protagonist will say things and you can mark things on the map to get general direction. But it's exactly as GC said. Like go back and play like Neverwinter Nights. Go back and play Baldur's Gate. Go back and play a lot of older CRPGs or even JRPGs that came out on the PlayStation 2. They require you to read, and if you don't fucking read, you don't know where you are. And I think it's fine if players get lost. And if they get frustrated, well, buddy, use your fucking eyes, man.
Or, take a deep breath. You're playing a game. It's okay to get lost in the game.
I just think it's really funny that they chose this for Metroid. Like,
it's very weird.
It's the first Metroid game in a while, right? It is on a console that is primarily aimed at families and children.
yeah.
Like straight up. And that's probably why. Because this is a new generation of people playing this game, and they can't just make it sort of like follow this thing, look around, because oh no, what if the kid plays it and the kid doesn't enjoy it? Because ultimately that is the core demographic of Nintendo games. This is just it's fucking the way it is, man. Like
I just like
I hate it.
I hate it too, but I feel like this is not like picking Metroid to like really go over the top on this, like the T-rated game, is really funny, because like this isn't really as like when Fire Emblem has like stuff like this, it's they blend it ultimately I think it's about blending it in to the tone of the game. And Metroid has actually done things in the past where like they try to guide the player a bit more. Like Metroid Dread had like a little like AI or companion or like a person who called in to like, you know, talk about that. And I think that was like ultimately fine.
I'm also gonna blame Monster, because like I just linked the NPC in the chat, by the way.
Oh, God.
I'm gonna blame fucking Monster Hunter for this. Monster Hunter Wilds and Monster Hunter Worlds, by giving you that plucky companion who comes with you and is basically the one giving the exposition to a character that does not speak and gives you advice and tips. And I think that is the fucking problem with this game. If you look at this fucking character,
I wish you didn't link
Monster
that. I hate looking at him.
It does look kind of funny.
Here's the thing.
He looks like he shouldn't be wearing what he's wearing.
And like, if this exact role was filled by like a cool like AI voice in your head, I don't think anyone would be having a problem. But
Shouldn't
because
it have just been that fucking Adam from Fusion?
Or like that, because that's what Dread did. I think.
Or the baby, just make it a fucking baby. Just have
Make
the
it the
baby
Metroid
floating around
baby.
Samus. Yeah,
Yeah.
and
But
just
the
have
fact
it make
that
have it make Jeff noises.
This Joss Whedon character fucking shows up in the Metroid Prime game people have been waiting for so long. I don't fault anybody for just being like, no.
No,
Like,
yeah, it's just
It's tonally, it's the one of like the I think like a fair thing to say is that I this is from like an outside thing. I've never played the Prime series, but I feel like fans would agree. A big thing about the Metroid Prime series is sort of like the solitude and the isolation. Like that's
alone.
a
Metroid game. You are a woman in space on her own fighting aliens, and Ripley is there.
Yeah,
right?
because it's literally
like
inspired by Alien, which is what that movie was.
Exactly. So we're gonna have. I mean, we don't even get David, right? We're not even getting fucking David. We're getting like random.
We're not even getting Remember Me
2.
in his remembering suit.
This is going to like. I have a feeling this game is going to kickstart an era of just people going, I was too mean to other M. And it's gonna be so funny.
Christ.
Oh boy.
I don't know, man.
New thing bad, therefore old thing good.
Yes, I think that is gonna happen. I haven't even played other M. Like, but I just know, like,
that is
hashtag we're sorry.
That was me with, again, Lords of Shadow 2. Lords of Shadow 2, I didn't know how good you were. And then I played Final Fantasy 16 and I was like, I can't believe I'm fucking saying this. Dog shit video game is good. It's where we are, right? I think. And like, I don't want to fucking disparage anybody that works in video games. I work in video games too. I just think it's like where we've come in the ecosystem.
Mm-hmm.
And it really is just like trends and like the gradual creep of this hand holding that becomes an issue, right? Like
over standardization.
Yes. And I'm gonna talk about yellow paint for a second, okay?
Oh boy, here we go.
And this is something, okay? Yellow paint in video games can be really, really disruptive in terms of visual design and how it blends into the environment. In some games, totally fine. Resident Evil, I get it. This is a fucking condemned building, right?
Yeah.
But there are other ways to do it. For example, in the game that popularized this, Far Cry 3. I'm not kidding. You have like ropes that are a different color from the environment that telegraph that you can jump somewhere.
And you want to know the best part about that?
And it's not fucking yellow.
Yeah, and it's also diegetic because people, like, if you're trying to create a way for people to get up and you're leaving that behind, you would use something that is like distinct from the environment so that people can see it. Like diegetically that works.
Exactly.
Ghost of Tsushima does this well too, where instead of yellow paint, it's like scuffing on the. It's like scuffed like parts on the rock.
Sekiro does the same thing.
Yeah, Sekiro does it well too.
Just to like chime in, it's been really funny hearing about GC play Ghost of Tsushima, just like, and his gradual thoughts of just being like, oh, this game's fine too. Not fond of this.
You know what? What can I say? I'm fucking right.
Kazuma is always right about everything.
You were right. It's unfortunate too because as far as like Ubisoft open world game, TM, Ghost of Tsushima is actually like combat wise, I really like it. I actually really like different stances and the different abilities you unlock and whatnot. But that game sucks. Anyway, yeah, with yellow paint, you can do it right, you can do it poorly. Like with almost anything in a fucking video game. It's like you can do this well or you can do this badly. And unfortunately, the game industry, the AAA video game industry, more often than not, does it not necessarily poorly, but in a way that is then copied by other people. And then it just becomes worse and worse as like everyone seems to compete to make it the worst version of what it is.
So what we need to do is we need to go back in time and we need to prevent Ubisoft from making video games. Is what you're saying. Because if they didn't make Far Cry 3 and if they didn't make Assassin's Creed, this would literally be a completely different gaming landscape.
It's not their fault. It's the fault of the people that are copying them without understanding why they did it the way they did it. It's the fucking mother bird regurgitating food into the baby's mouth.
It's the definition of insanity, baby.
And doing the same thing over and over again. Sorry, Far Cry 3 is a good game. Everybody should go play that.
They should port it to Switch.
Really
they should port it to Switch, you psychopath.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm right.
You know what? I think you would love Jason a lot. I think you would love him. He's a quirked up white boy. Do you think Cullen will like Jason?
That white boy worries me. I think that white boy's up to no good.
He's up to things. He's certainly up to things. We have it on Steam, by the way. So
yeah, you have multiple copies to choose from.
I know. Yeah. I kind of want to play those games on my TV, but also like,
well,
I don't know.
Pretty soon, you'll be able to do just that with your Steam library.
Oh, true. I see. I thought you were like setting up something else.
Steam.
But no. But Steam
also,
Machine.
Guys, the Steam Machine is sucking me into a void. I'm being eaten for being correct all the time.
Goodbye. Kazuma has passed away. May he forever be remembered for his yellow paint rant.
The yellow paint rant was too much, and then he died.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Ubisoft knocked on his door, and they dragged him to French Canada, the worst of Canada. Sorry, that's a joke. I don't mean that. The Quebecois get really upset when you say stuff like that. Anyway, yeah. So.
Steam Machine. Let's talk about that briefly.
I do want to talk about the Steam Machine. Yo, Steam Machine looks dope.
That shit sucked me from the back crazy style.
I am so happy that they are making a PC hybrid console experience thing where it's like, this is a console for you to play your Steam library. It's directly targeting Steam Deck users, but also people who want to do PC gaming, which is on the rise, but they can't afford it because of GPU prices. I think this is so smart. For people that don't know, Valve announced that they are releasing a new home console.
Yeah. After kind of knocking it out of the park with the Steam Deck, they just fucking
yep.
Whoa, like there's a lot we don't know about the Steam Machine, and I'm sure it might have some rough, like, like getting off the ground, because the Steam Deck certainly did. It took a couple revisions for the Steam Deck to be really good. But I kind of view this more than anything as a direct competitor to the Xbox Series, because the Xbox Series big thing was the Play Anywhere system. Well, I'm sorry, I should correct it. For the BDS boycott, the Fuckbox series. Um, but the
I think
Fuckbox
you just
series,
improved it. I think you just improved the
no, not like.
optics on that.
Sorry, damn. Well,
Yeah.
no, then I would have said the Sex Box.
Call it the slot box or
Slot
like
box, the Slot Box Series X.
Yeah, there you
Um, but yeah, so we don't know the price yet, but I think they said this was 6 times the power of the Steam Deck, which is damn impressive. And honestly, that's like about as strong of a console as I need. Like,
it's also a big number, which is why I'm like I'm a little hesitant to believe that number, because 6x could mean a lot of different things. Like it's not they're not really being specific. But it seems like a lot of the first impressions that like a lot of the tech YouTubers have gotten, because they sent stuff out to them and stuff. And they invited them over to previews, if I understand.
yeah,
A lot of them are really impressed by it.
Office.
A lot of them are like really, really, really impressed by it. The only thing that I would be concerned about is the GPU power on it. But at the same time, it's like, I don't really view this as like, I don't think this is a replacement for a PC. I think this is a great gateway to PC gaming.
Yeah. Although it probably will, like, because it's Linux, it is technically like a PC.
It is. But like, what I mean is like, this is for people who are very intimidated or don't want to deal with like building a PC themselves, and also don't want to go to the fucking trouble of like shopping for a pre-build, because that takes about the same amount of fucking time to do. And like, if it performs as good as like they're saying it does, I firmly believe this is going to kill the Xbox division if it isn't already dead. Because this is something that Microsoft should have done a long time ago. And it baffles my mind that they never did it.
I mean, like, technically with the Play Anywhere thing, you can move your like saves and your games from like PC to like console. But I think that was too little. That was too little, too late. Like, by the time like because here's the frustrating thing, and it's why it does annoy me so much that Microsoft is a pure, like, truly evil company. Where like right before all of the layoffs, and like what, this isn't counting like the BDS problems with Microsoft, but just like as a business with Xbox, the Series was a really cool device. I really liked mine. I liked the backwards compatibility, and I specifically liked the fact, like, Metaphor, for example, I got on my Xbox. And I was playing, like, I could play it on my Xbox and then just boot it up on my PC and just have my save, like, move over, no issues. It's stuff like that, which is like neat. But now they're like, they're laying off all their like divisions and everything. And it's like, they clearly have no future. They're not like going to go in hard on this much more, because again, they're pulling out. Like, the writing's on the wall. But with Steam having such a long like time to build this infrastructure up and being the dominant force in like the PC gaming sphere, buying, like, I thought the same thing about my Steam Deck. Buying a device where I already have thousands of games to play on my TV is just that's so appealing. Like, this does not even need like a traditional launch title of sorts, because it is exactly what it's like. Hey, do you want to play your Steam games on your TV? Which, I don't know if you've ever had to deal with this yourself, but it is really, really annoying to try to hook a PC up to a television.
Yes, because sometimes it doesn't read the output.
Yeah, there's a billion different things that could go wrong. Getting a Steam Deck and being able to dock that to the TV that was actually really useful. I like doing that a lot because the Steam Deck is already a great little emulation device. But like playing some of the lower spec games on a TV directly from the Steam Deck, like that's how I played a lot of 100 Line and also Dragon Quest 3. Is I just hooked the deck right up to the TV, played it because Steam OS is great and it works perfectly on a television.
Yeah.
So just saying like, hey, for people who like doing that, we have a dedicated device for that. And I think as long as they price that competitively, they fucking done it. Like I think 400 to 500 is that really nice sweet spot. And if they can somehow get it even cheaper, more power to them. But
I don't think it's going to be 400, 500. I think you're looking at 600, 700.
I mean, maybe like from what, like I was watching the digital Foundry video and they were saying that for the specs it has, 400 to 500 is like probably what it's worth. Having said that, will I give ridiculous amounts of money to have one of these in my home? Yeah, probably.
Yeah. I'm probably going to grab one if I can scrounge up the money to get it by the time it comes out, which I should. Like I think it's super dope. I think it's going to be a really good secondary appliance to have if you're someone who if you play PC games a lot, but sometimes you want to get out from behind the desk and you actually want to like make use of your living room or your,
Which
television.
Is me.
Like this is a great way to do that. You can still like technically you can Steam Link and do it over the network, but like nothing beats doing it from a native device.
Oh yeah, I hate streaming. Like
I've done it.
I can't stand it.
I've done it, and the latency isn't that bad.
It's gotten better.
I did it. Yeah,
but
I had an actual like box. I had the old Steam Link box. I didn't have the app on my TV, which I think is worse. I had like the dedicated device that they used to sell.
Yeah, I had one as well.
I played Final Fantasy 13 that way for one of my videos, and I played it in the living room. And it worked really well. There was like one moment where like everything dipped and the compression and the artifacting just went haywire, but it was like 5 seconds and then it went back to being like pristine. It looked great. But yeah, playing on native is good. You can use it to stream to your Steam Deck, which I think is really important because another thing that Valve has like really nailed here is that it is part of the ecosystem. It is part of an ecosystem, of a hardware ecosystem, where if you have a Steam Deck and you have a Steam machine and the Steam Deck can't run games that well that you want to play, because there's certain Steam Deck games that are just not going to they're not going to do it.
Yeah.
Okay. You can use the Steam machine and stream it to the Steam Deck. So the Steam machine will like take care of the hardware stuff. And then you can just play from your Steam Deck, which I think should, in theory, work really, really well now that like streaming stuff is a lot better. And also because it's not like, and I'm cool with that thing because it's not like cloud-based gaming. It's just, you're just playing over your network.
Yeah.
And it uses about the same amount of like bit rate as like streaming does onto Twitch and stuff like that. So, yeah. And then they also announced their VR thing, and I honestly think I might opt into buying a VR headset with this if it comes out in a bundle of some kind.
I'll just use your headset.
Yeah, you're fine. You can do that.
All right, cool. Because VR is always one of those things where it's like I want to try it, and then they say, "Okay, $1 quadrillion, $1 billion, please," and I said, "No, I would not try it."
Another thing that's really important about it is that apparently people are saying this VR headset is really good.
Oh yeah. I would really, 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 really like to play Half-Life Alyx, but again,
Yeah.
I ain't spending no money, no crazy amounts of money on some VR headset where one game comes out a year.
Yeah, I think that would end up being my Beat Saber machine, but hopefully what this is Valve trying to like, number one, get back into the VR like contest, and two, probably going to take charge on it because like VR's kind of been like dead in the water for a little while. Like people really aren't talking about that shit anymore. But that's because a lot of the big tech companies are sort of abandoned it once they realize that it's like, oh, in order to like make this a thing, we actually have to make it affordable and we have to like support it and we have to
we don't
like
want to do
that would
And
cost
they're,
money and time.
and they're dragged out kicking and screaming and throwing a tantrum. It's like, we don't make affordable, stop. And no games get made for it.
Yeah, exactly. Despite the fact that like everyone that I know that has like a VR headset and like plays VR games are like, yeah, some of them are like really fucking good. But unfortunately, you just can't fucking get them.
Yeah.
You can't play it without like an extra console purchase because the headsets are expensive. But yeah, I'm very impressed by the Steam Machine's first
cool.
like reveal. It's also very nice. I like the form of it. And I found out
like
you can put a
Cube.
wood grain on it. And I'm like, I'm
Go
gonna
back
put a
to
wood grain
Cube.
on that fucker.
The
Make
Steam
that
Cube.
shit.
I'm not
look
calling
cool.
it the Steam Machine. I'm calling it the Steam Cube.
I have to call it the Steam Cube because if I call it the Steam Machine, I'll just think of the Daft Punk song.
I just like the listeners know I love my little tech. I love my dumb tech. I like buying devices. And I saw the reveal for this and it won me over immediately. I really want to put this in my in my living room. I think this, depending on how the games run on it, this might also be kind of like a bit of a PlayStation 5 killer for me as well.
It's
like
yeah.
I'm gonna still use my PlayStation 5 because it, that's my Blu-ray player, but it's if I have to choose to buy a game on a device where I could play it on my desktop, my TV, and my Steam Deck, or a device where I could only play it on my TV, I'm gonna buy it on PC. And if you like, PC games are cheaper. Like, especially if you like buy on Green Man Gaming, you'll often save like $20 on launch.
Yeah.
It's a really smart move. It is a brilliant move to just come out and like just properly enter the console like game.
The only way this could get even better for me, by the way, the controller is also interesting.
Oh, it looks very cool.
It has grip enabled gyro, which means to enable gyro controls, you grip the controller a little tighter and it activates the gyro.
I love that.
Yeah, which makes sense because like when I do gyro, I do like grip it harder in order to move it and then I'll let go. So like that's cool. I like that. But the only thing that'll make this better, and I think this is already more or less confirmed because I believe you can in fact do this on the Steam Deck. You can also just put your other storefronts on it. So like on the Steam Deck, for instance, you can put other storefronts on your Steam Deck in desktop mode. And I'm pretty sure people have figured out, as long as it supports Linux, you can play games from like GOG and shit on your Steam Deck. So like the Steam Machine isn't just for Steam, because Valve is very smart and Valve is like, no, we're not going to like prevent you from using it for other things. You've already paid for the fucking, you've paid for the device. It's yours. Like, do what you want with it. That's their approach to making hardware, which I love. And I hope Gabe Newell drills that into the fucking brains of everybody that works at Valve. And I hope everybody else at Valve also agrees that that's like the way it should be.
Yeah, because it's just a computer. Like,
yeah,
the Emu Deck is like one of the most popular things, and it's just like a whole like fan-made interface that hooks it up for emulation, that just streamlines the process of just like, okay, cool, we set up all the cores for like every emulator you could ever want. You figure out how to get the games however you like, and that's you can play them on Steam Deck with no issues.
And like that Steam Machine shit is going to be incredible, because here's the thing about console players, okay? And this is like a negative about owning a console. Your sales are worse.
Mm-hmm.
Your sales are worse. I'm telling you right now, if you have never played on PC, if you are not a predominant PC player, the sales you get on consoles are worse because they have the monopoly on those games. Most storefronts do not sell you console games, right? What the Steam machine allows is for people to, admittedly, they would have to buy another console, but in the long run, if you are the kind of person who likes to save money, you will probably save more money buying a Steam machine and buying PC games on sale than if you were a console player buying games on sale.
There's also an interesting discussion towards like maybe the wrong lessons people will take from this, because the Steam machine by its own design has to be an all digital console.
Yes.
Of like preservation and like physical media. But the fact that this is a computer basically means that preservation is not an issue, if you know what I mean.
You can back up your games on a Linux distro the same way you would back up your games on a PC OS, on a Microsoft OS. You can do it.
And I love buying physical media. Like, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I like, one of the problems of moving right now is that most of the boxes I'm getting are going to be filled with game cases.
I am almost always on with my consoles, especially. I am physical first. Physical first, digital later.
And I do like digital. Like I go digital for like Switch often, but I do like getting the physicals that really matter to me. But it's just like I have a feeling that when this does really well, like all the other consoles are gonna be like, okay, yeah, we can go digital too. And it's like, no, you definitely can't, because you're not computer. That's the thing. They're computer. You are not computer. I could get like with this thing, I could get literally any PC game that has ever existed and I could play it on my television now. And that's like kind of the appeal, is that like it simplifies like the skill, like the skill floor has been lowered.
The point of entry is so much easier to get through. Yeah.
And so from there, you can just finagle this and get whatever you want on it. And just play it on your television with ease. Whereas like you had to go jump through a lot more hoops.
Yeah. And I know if anyone out there doesn't know how Linux works and you're worried about it, because it's already set up for you, it's going to feel exactly identical to using a Windows PC. Like it does
suck though. It does suck. But a lot of the reasons why the Steam Deck sucks so much is that the touchscreen keyboard for all of the commands you need for some of this stuff, it's bad.
It's bad for it, yeah. Which is why you put it in the dock mode and you just plug in a keyboard and your dock and you're good to go.
I've been talking to my girlfriend about this, and if this device is affordable, I might just tell her to buy this as a desktop. Like,
yeah,
because Windows fucking sucks now. Linux is annoying, and I hate Linux guys getting their W, but it's still like,
I am not a Linux guy. I fucking hate it when Linux guys try to convince people to use Linux, because like I know for a fact that like in my eyes, the things people have problems with their computers are not the actual problems that like are big deals. The shit Linux people go through sometimes is the actual shit that makes me go, I'm not using a fucking Linux distro.
A funny Linux
distro. But I will say that like the only thing you need to know as someone who is buying something that already has Linux pre-installed, because installing Linux is the fucking annoying part, because you have to find the right version of Linux or whatever. That's not going to happen here. You're going to buy Steam machine and it's going to have its Steam OS, which is a Linux. It's a Linux branch that's like, I think it's like Penguin and something else, whatever. All that's already done for you. The only thing you're going to have to learn is how to unzip files in Linux. Like so like certain files Linux cannot like do because it's specifically for like a Windows computer. But thankfully, most of the shit you're going to download has a Linux version, and then it's just right click extract like you would on a Windows PC. You literally,
and also
it's not a lot of work.
Like for like some other like games you might want to play, you can literally add them to your Steam library, like external games, and then run them through Proton.
Yeah, and then you're good.
Yeah. And like it sounds like a lot, but just imagine
2 clicks.
Just imagine big PC library, every game ever made known to man on TV. Very cool, very good.
And like if you ever have to look something up, the thing about Linux guys, even though they're insufferable, is that they have made 1,000 tutorials that are like 30 seconds long that are like, yeah, you just do this and this, and then you're good. And then you learn that, and then you never have to learn anything again. It's only intimidating because you've been using PCs for so long that it's like second nature, but like you forget that you learned that shit in like a couple days. You'll be fine.
Also in terms of like specs, because we haven't really mentioned like what people were doing with this. Apparently their benchmark was Cyberpunk at 4K 60 FPS. And I'm like, that is impressive.
I have concerns about RAM, 16 gigabytes of RAM, even if it's DDR5. It's a little low, especially if it's a laptop configuration. But people, I've heard some people speculating that that might be upgradable because it's just SODIMM, so you can probably just like swap those out.
Yeah,
I would assume, and Valve seems to be pretty good about that stuff. They probably won't like outright recommend it, but they will tell you that you can do it. And then the hard drive is upgradable.
Like, exciting.
Yeah,
just the idea that
you can just upgrade the parts.
Yeah, and just upgrade the parts. Like that's awesome. Like, yeah, I would love to just buy this once and not like have to buy a whole other box.
You will probably need to do that if you ever want to upgrade the GPU capabilities of it, because I don't know if the GPU is replaceable or hot or swappable. But the solid state drive that it comes with, it's a very tiny, I think it's M.2, but it's like the really small ones that you usually see on laptops. That can be changed out really easily. And then SD cards are not Express SD cards, not like the Switch 2. They're just regular SD.
I bet an Express like those SD cards for the Switch 2 though would probably like.
Yeah, I wonder if it accepts it. I don't. Maybe it's a compatibility thing, but it might just take it. It might just take both. They're hot swappable.
Yeah, but like between your like if you have like games set up on your Steam Deck, you just take the SD card, plop it in. Oh, you have all your games, no issues.
Yeah, like because it's just gonna check to see if you're on the same account with the same license, and then it just loads the game up because that's how Steam DRM works. It's great. It's great. Like and now you can back up your games, and it's like, oh, I don't have space. Go buy another SD card for like what, $40, $60, and then just start backing up more games onto it. And then now you just have your entire library downloaded and stored somewhere in the case of whatever the fuck might happen. And that's like super convenient. That's good. That's a great thing.
This is looking like a bit of a forever console. I'm and like I just, oh my god, I'm just like getting I'm getting like a kind of excited that I have not really like felt since the reveal of the Steam Deck originally at like what this could be. Yeah, and granted, it could suck for all we know. Like, sure, it could just be a bad piece of hardware.
Except everyone who's like looked at it is like, no, this is pretty fucking impressive. Cool.
It's exciting.
And people have been like, oh, is it loud? Is it hot? And it's like, no, it's quiet and it doesn't get hot.
That's another thing that's huge. Is like my PS5 is loud as fuck. My Steam Deck's loud. Not as loud as it used to be, but
the Steam Deck's a hair dryer.
Yeah. But also the Steam Deck gets hot. Like I remember one of my first Steam Decks. I was playing a fucking VN and I got so hot I had to put it in the like fridge for a bit.
Mine doesn't do that.
Well, the first models were just kind of ass.
Yeah, we both bought launch models.
Well, you know, you'll come to find that every piece of hardware I ever buy breaks on me in some.
It could probably be that the visual novel you were playing doesn't have a frame rate cap. And so the Steam Deck just tried to generate as many frames as possible, render as many as possible, as fast as possible, and it just got really fucking hot as a result.
No, it's my aura. Yeah, I've got really cursed aura.
You got gremlins? That's okay. Yeah. I have the opposite of that, so.
I've got like again, every piece of hardware I have ever bought has some kind of problem. And I can't describe like what it is. It's just that I'm cursed. Like my fucking phone, I always complain about. Like when I upgraded my computer to play Wilds, which was such a fucking mistake. Now I can't like do all the like cool capture card stuff I usually did. Like I can't record games at like 1440p anymore because my motherboard just can't handle it. I went through like 3 Steam Decks before my current one. Is Oh yeah, when I got my Switch 2, I think one of the Joy Cons had like some kind of like drift from the get go, where it'll just randomly go down, which for a lot of modern games advances text. Thanks, Dragon Quest. So randomly I'll be playing like an undocked mode, and it'll just like text will just skip by too fast. No, wait, okay, it's not that it scrolls. Wait, no, it might be. It's either that or like a double clicks. It's just curse. It's a curse. But
Well,
all the same, I'm excited for this.
Cool. I am too. I'm kind of enamored with it. To be honest, I was enamored with the Steam Deck. It turned out really well, and I think the Steam Machine is just going to be a repeat of just like a really good Valve decision. Whoever they got over there that's like managing like their hardware department right now, you keep that guy or lady or whoever. Like you keep them because they're doing smart shit. And if it's Gabe Newell, I mean, you've done it again, man.
What I really, really want from this is like, and this could just launch as is like the Steam Deck did, and just be like, okay, cool, yeah, I'll buy that. It feels like this is kind of overlapping with a lot of the leaks that like Half-Life 3 is just like ready. And it's like I really hope they're gearing up to be like, yeah, so the Steam Machine also launching with Half-Life 3.
Yeah, I mean that would be like
that's the biggest power move like ever.
That's the kill shot. Like that guarantees the sales.
Yeah. Like that'll do. And like it doesn't even like need that like you have to get a Steam Machine to play it. It's literally just like, hey guys, so we made Half-Life 3 finally, and you can play it on like this Steam Machine and it runs perfectly and you can play it on your nice TV. What? That's crazy.
The only thing they need to do now is just tell you, oh, also we're selling an extension that's just a Blu-ray player and like a disc reader.
Yeah. I mean,
so if you have any physical PC games, you can install it and run it that way too.
I imagine it's going to be compatible with like a USB like disc drive. Like I feel like that'll just happen. And if you can just buy them, you can just do it.
You can just do it. You can just do that. That's the best part about this fucking thing is because it's also just a computer. Your computer accessories, as long as they're Linux compatible, and you will find those. They do exist. They're not like I'm sure most Windows accessories I might actually just plug and play like that. Like you can just do that. It's so weird that Microsoft never fucking did this. Hey, you know this fucking PC that we sell like 1,000 accessories for? What if we just made a game console that also let people play PC games? All you had to do was just not focus on your monopoly, and you would have created one of like the most like hotly anticipated fucking hardware things for gamers in the last like 15 years. There's literally no excuse why Microsoft didn't come up with this fucking idea sooner. Like there's zero reason.
Well, it's because they spent all their time in the 2010s floundering about with the Xbox One.
It's insane. It's insane that the company that owns a monopoly on the tech market, more or less, like
they just got out of touch.
Instead of like making their next console a PC home console hybrid that would like open their audience to PC gaming at the one con, which is, oh well, you know, they'll download Steam on it. But like instead of doing that, you tried to sell people on a machine that just does things a smart TV was already doing.
Again, it's too little too late. Like that is the problem.
Yeah.
It is.
That's my point. It's like they had every opportunity.
And they just didn't. And yeah, it's just like a really annoying. And like them even trying to break into the like the Steam Deck space with the fucking $1,000 handheld. It's just like, you guys are idiots. You guys are genuinely idiots. I don't know what you like.
It is an obsession with like holding the monopoly, as opposed to just realizing that the monopoly is almost impossible to be taken from them. And that's the difference, in that Valve knows it has a monopoly on PC gaming, and Valve does not prevent you from going somewhere else. Valve, with the Steam Deck, you can play other games on the Steam Deck that aren't running off of the Steam platform. You can add games that aren't from Steam onto your Steam library, so that you can just use Steam as like an interface. Like Valve's, the way they still hold on to their monopoly in other smarter ways, obviously, but like Valve is not here to prevent the consumer from going elsewhere. Valve convinces the consumer to remain there.
Yeah.
And that is the difference. Fucking I want this to sell so badly. I want this to do so well so badly, because like I can't believe I have to root for one corporation over another in this situation, where like I need Valve to succeed so that
I need it to be a wake-up call.
Yes. I need that. I needed to prove something.
And this is why I think price is really crucial on this, because I know it might not be feasible, but I think needs to be competitive with the other consoles on the market. Like, it probably won't be, but if they can get this thing out for $400, they've won. Like that's, because that's what's important. You have all these
can put it out
companies.
For Switch 2 money.
Yes. That's exactly it. Because if like you see all these companies like jack up the prices of all of their consoles and all of their games, and like, while I know you probably think you have like tariffs and all this stuff, this is still like this is going to fuck you long term. But also, even before tariffs, like this whole generation of consoles, they have not been dropping in price. Like, and I don't get why they don't realize that that's one of the reasons why like console generations were able to bounce back. It's why Sony was able to like come back after the PS3, is because that price dropped so low. And like now it's just like, okay, cool, $500 and rising PS5, $600 Xbox. Like the Switch 1 never dropped in price and is now more expensive. It's just like, people are getting tired of having to of getting priced out of this like hobby. And it's like, literally, this is the perfect time for a company like Valve with an ecosystem that is thriving, is to just show up and undercut everybody. And it's like, you need to make these companies feel that like pain of seeing their entire base move to other platforms, to be like, okay, we need to make this shit more affordable, because also like the economy's shit. The whole world sucks. People are not going to go out and buy your expensive ass video games and your expensive ass consoles if they have no reason to. And that's another thing. You buy a fucking Steam machine, and like, this sounds like we're Valve dick riders, but like we just like the tech. And we acknowledge the fact that like, let's say you go buy this. The library of games you have just opened yourself up to that are so like wide spanning from so many generations of video games for like so cheap. Like the classic games you can buy on Steam for dirt cheap, it's ridiculous. Like, they are essentially selling you a home console that is every video game ever made known to man. Like, that's, I think, why GC and I are so excited about this. is they are introducing an easy way to enter into this space where the library of games you have access to, like backwards compatibility isn't a fucking problem. You have every video game known to man on your television.
It's just like, it's so appealing to, because we know people who are like, I know people at least who like don't play a lot of games on their computer, and it's not because they don't want to. It's because like they're not like they're just not like up to date on that stuff, and they feel like they have to be. This is gonna this is just gonna change the landscape. I think it's gonna change the market irrevocably.
And also, like, not even like, oh, like like in a similar way, I'm thinking of someone like myself who has bought a lot less PC games this year, because I come home from work 9 to 5. I'm fucking exhausted. I literally have no time to myself. I would much rather, if I go into game mode, I'd like to sit on my couch with my nice TV, sit back, relax, let the whole TV experience take me with my speakers and everything, instead of hop on, like boot up the PC, get my headphones on, all this stuff, hunch over in my desk chair, which is uncomfortable. This is just appealing. And I think it's also going to be appealing for people who are already invested into PC gaming, who are maybe just getting older.
Yeah. I just, it's
exciting.
I would be shocked if this did not like, if
cause
this wasn't like
huge.
Yeah. Huh?
Like at the very least cause a bit of a stir.
Yeah. And if they announce Half-Life 3 for it, which I don't know if they actually will, but if they did that, it would just, it is coughing baby versus hydrogen bomb. Like,
it literally would, the console would sell itself.
It would just bundle the game with it.
Oh god, that would be so smart. It'd just be like, hey, if you buy
it, you get Half-Life 3.
You just get Half-Life 3. Like, I feel like that's how Half-Life 3 is gonna go. It's either we're like minding our business one day, and then we get the like the
Wario 64 like shop listing update.
Yeah, pretty much that. The turn the news on, it doesn't matter what channel, like that kind of thing.
I'm gonna look at a cheap ass gamer post that's just like, yes, Steam Machine plus Steam Frame VR headset bundle with Half-Life 3.
Well, no, I was thinking like, I'm talking about like a shadow drop, like how one day we're just
someone's gonna open their fucking box and there's gonna be a code for Half-Life 3 in it.
No. Okay, so like let me back up a little bit. I think the way Half-Life 3 is going to go, it's in two ways. It's either in the next like couple months, when they nail a date down, they're also gonna be like, and Half-Life 3 will be available the same day, and you can go play it on the thing. Maybe or maybe not, it'll be bundled, but like, it'll be, we're celebrating the launch of our first ever console with the game everybody wants. That's just good PR. That's just like, everybody knows Half-Life. People have been waiting for this for a while. People might even go buy a Steam machine to celebrate the release like that, especially if it and it will run the game flawlessly.
Yeah. I mean, it would have to.
The console comes out, it's whatever. Like, it's, oh yeah, cool, Steam machine, great, I'll buy one. And life goes on. And then one day, we're minding our business, we're living our life, normal. And then we get the Wario 64 post out of the blue that says Half-Life 3 available now. And that's how people know. And I almost want that to happen, because I feel like the IT infrastructure that keeps the world afloat would crumble in a day, as everyone who works in IT puts in PTO immediately to go play this game they've waited for their entire life. Planes crash out of the sky because everyone immediately just went home to go play Half-Life 3.
A national holiday is forced to be declared in order to keep people safe. Go home.
the stories about Dragon Quest games coming out, it's worse than that because it's global. But it only affects the people in tech, the fucking tech nerds who are the Half-Life fans. Every infrastructure crumbles to its knees because everyone wants to go play Half-Life 3 and
My
has to
uncle would send me a text message.
The text message is just 3.
The uncle I haven't spoken to in like 15 years will send me a text message and be like, "You gotta go get it."
But yeah, so wow, we talked about Steam Machine longer than I expected, but it's just fucking exciting.
I'm putting
Like,
the wood grain panel on it. It's gonna be awesome.
But like, I do think like my only hope for this, and I know I'm being too optimistic, and I don't even necessarily fully believe this, but like the cost is gonna be huge because would people like GC and I toss like $1,000 at something like this?
Yes,
Yeah, like
I would.
I might not do it right away.
Well,
but
if it's $1,000 for just the Steam machine, then no, I'm not paying
no, that's what I'm
$1,000
saying.
for
Like
just that.
if
No.
they like, I'm thinking like worst case scenario, you know, like
Yeah.
what if they have to price it like really high? Like that's gonna suck. Like even $700, I think is too much. But if they are able to get like, if the specs on this really seem as conservative, but still powerful as the previews seem to imply, I think it's manageable to keep this competitive with the other consoles. And it's like, if you can put this out for $400 to $450, you've won. Like it total domination.
I'm just thinking. I'm thinking at the very least, you're looking at $550.
I think maybe like 500 might be it, but like I'm saying, like if you can somehow get this for even cheaper than a PS5, because like that's the real like Nintendo's doing their own thing. Like Nintendo was always just going to do their own thing. They don't really mind about the squabbles of Xbox and well, the one-sided complete domination of Sony murdering Xbox. Like, so your real competitors are Xbox and Sony. So you should probably price this to be cheaper than both of them and then just fuck over their entire market share. Just kill them.
At least listed for the original price of those consoles.
Oh yeah, like so if it like I imagine like it'll be like $500. Like I'm like I hope it's cheaper because that would be really awesome. But realistically,
I'm in the 650 range. I'm thinking this is gonna be around the price that I paid for a Steam Deck.
That's an expensive Steam Deck.
Which one? I got the big one. I got the of the 3 that you could have gotten. I got the most expensive one. So base Steam Deck was $400. It's gotta be more than
there was
the
one for
Steam
$350.
Deck.
I think I got mine for $350 because I got the lowest one and it sucked.
Lowest one is $399, and I don't think they've changed these prices.
Okay, maybe I just not.
$549 is the OLED. And then the 1 terabyte, which I think is the one that I ended up getting, is the $649 one. So like best Steam Deck is at $649. So I'm thinking if this has variants, and I don't think it will, I think it's just gonna be one flat thing, and it's better than the Steam Deck. And I'm assuming it's see that 6 times performance might be based on the original launch Steam Deck. So I'm thinking this is gonna be somewhere in like $550, $600 territory. That's my assumption. But I also think like it's going to, as we get more information about it come out, like I think it's going to be well worth that price tag. If the Steam Deck was like $550 for like that mid-range option, then like this Steam Machine thing has got to be priced. Like this is what Steam Decks are currently worth. This Steam Machine thing has to be priced somewhere in this in like the higher end of the Steam Deck ballpark.
Yeah. So yeah, again, I'm just saying like what I would like to see because I genuinely think that these consoles, like the big players in the console game, they need to like they need a wake up call. Like they desperately need it because it is like I get that like and tariffs fucked everything up, but like it's unsustainable. and I want
Put
nothing
pressure
more.
on Donald Trump instead of putting pressure on the consumer.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what you should have done.
Yeah, fucking it's but also like even before Donald Trump, it's so fucking stupid. Like again, a whole generation of PlayStation 5 and never got a price drop. Go fuck yourselves.
And then they got a
Like,
price hike.
yeah, exactly. Like, no, this is not it. This is not it at all. This is not what built gaming into like the massive empire it was. Like consoles used to be fucking affordable. Fucking
Consumers are not here. Consumers are not here to prop up your mistakes.
No.
Consumers are here to buy things that they like, and you benefit from creating good product by selling good product.
A 3DS for like $150.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
And it had to drop that low because people weren't buying. So it's just like, I need people, like, I need whatever Sony's doing to just like blow up in their face. I'm glad whatever Xbox is doing is blowing up in their face, even though it sucks that like, because they tried to make a monopoly of buying all these companies, that means layoffs. Like it. And like, you know, Nintendo does some head ass shit too, but at least they price their console to be cheaper than the alternatives.
If we go into economics and how people do economics, you'd realize that you could do any executive's job blindfolded. I have a friend that's in economics. He graduated with an economics degree, his second degree, because his first one was a chemistry. He was like, it's really bizarre when you're sitting in a class and you're learning about the economic model that we use, and then you learn about how it doesn't work, and then you propose the question of, well, why don't we come up with a different model? And the response is, no, but this is the one we're using. Yeah. And any question of like, what if we change the economic model to solve the problems that the economic model has, and like, why aren't we actually like accounting for those issues when we use it? Literally, like, the only response people have is, it's because it's the one that we use. It's really fucking bizarre. But yeah, I say we go into questions, answer the ones that we can, and then call it.
Yeah, that sounds good to me. Okay, I'm looking at some of these because we don't have Cause with us. I'm like, I feel like some of these should be like held for Cause, even if they're not directly talking to him.
Yeah. But we talked about the Steam launch stuff already, the Steam hardware stuff, so we can skip that one.
Well, no, I'm going to. They start a bit up.
Oh.
Like.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
Yeah. We might circle back next time for Cause about this, but I think I would love an opportunity to shit on one of the games in this question. So how do y'all feel about the proliferation of non-JP studios developing games that are marketed as JRPGs? I'm not just talking about the likes of Expedition 33, but LATAM, EU and Canadian developers all across the world doing all sorts of modern homages like Sea of Stars, Bloomtown, Chained Echoes, Aethermancer, the upcoming Lost Helden. They all seem well intended, but how do you feel about using the label as a touchstone for their design choices on top of its use for marketing? Most of these studios seem pretty open about not being Japanese, but it also seems strange to claim the genre tag, even if you choose to overlook a history of othering associated with the name of the genre. Kazuma would be very passionate about answering this, and that's why I do want to put a pin in this, but Sea of Stars is a bad video game.
You said that with the same cadence of George Bush hates black people. Have you seen that shit?
That is basically like, because, you know, I mean, it's both like true. Like, you know, context pulled out of that other one. Like, you're the Michael, you're the fucking Mike Myers.
Mike Myers sitting next to you.
It's like every day.
It's like, I'm not gonna say he's wrong, but
no, you're just like, we have an epidemic in our country right now. Every day, people are going hungry. Their benefits are drying up, and there's nothing we could do. Sea of Stars is the worst game to come out in the 2020s.
Back to you, Jan.
Like, I realize that a lot of our viewers are young. if you've somehow never seen the George Bush hates
It's the
black
raising
people
money for
image,
Hurricane Katrina.
it is the funniest fucking thing I think that has ever been aired live on television, and probably one of the reasons why we don't do it live anymore. And by we, I mean like our culture.
Uh,
It's like
it's
the
so
those
fucking funny.
it, the look of like awe in Mike Myers' face in that moment is so legendary. It's so fucking funny. Oh my god. But anyway,
Fucking, if you
ah,
ever get a comedian like Mike Myers to stop dead in his tracks, like that's hard to do.
that's difficult.
Anyway,
But I don't this is a weird topic. I do think it's a bit like the whole topic of like, oh, what makes a JRPG a JRPG? Oh, like should they be called that? Like it I don't mind using the term. I definitely think people can use the term in a derogatory sense, but I don't approach
yeah.
that term in bad faith. So that's not me.
Um,
Um
I also want to point out we did talk about this last episode a little bit,
yeah.
about the term, but I also want to say that like in the case of like a game advertising itself as inspired by JRPGs, I think in that context, it is using that denomination as a celebratory thing
Yeah.
where it does not have contempt for the genre. It is uh inspired by it. It is endeared to it. And I think that kind of goes into what we talked about last episode about the term JRPG and how like with globalization, that term stops meaning specifically like just like a regional thing and it starts to mean like certain like conventions
Gameplay
that
stylings.
the greater genre of RPG sort of split into, right? Um so I don't really have a problem with if like a non-Japanese studio goes, "Hey, we're making a JRPG inspired game." Um like if you play those games and you go, "Oh no, this doesn't have anything in common with the JRPG." I think you're being a little dishonest. Like if you play Expedition 33 and you go, "No, that's not a JRPG." I I would say you are splitting the finest of hairs.
Yeah.
Because the guy that the director of that game literally like named like 30 fucking JRPGs that he says are the reason he made this one.
Mhm.
So it's like it's the term has sort of evolved. And like I don't think there's anything wrong with somebody going, yeah, I made a game inspired by the JRPG genre. I think that's fine as long as like it's not hurtful or harmful.
Yeah, and also a lot of days now it's just like it's like marketing, like the
Yeah, it's a
like
buzzword.
if it's as it's a buzzword, it's a tag on Steam. I think maybe that's like a bit unfortunate, but like literally people like I want to assume the best that people are just trying to get more eyes on their game, but yeah, it is a bit weird, but that's
Yeah.
where we are. But yeah, thank you Matt for the question. We will probably have causes very big brained thoughts on it you know
At the start of the next episode.
at the start of
Most
the next
likely.
episode. Hmm. Okay. Speedwagon asks, seeing that Nabisco are officially out of ideas and are releasing an Oreo where the cream contains crushed Oreos, do you have any ideas for new Oreo flavors, or do you think they should stop this nonsense and just stick to the original flavor? I am not as impassioned as Brennan Lee Mulligan about what makes an Oreo. Even if I do agree with Brennan Lee Mulligan about the Oreo going a bit too far, but I like mixing it up a little bit. I like trying some Oreos. Like I like eating some nice Oreos that are different. Uh I had like an espresso Oreo. That was pretty good. There's a lot of really good Oreos. I think you should do like a steak Oreo. Like it just tastes like a medium rare steak.
I think he's just hungry, folks.
I think that a Mapo tofu Oreo that doesn't make you violently shit yourself would be
I think
nice.
this Oreo flavor is good. Oreo's been known to get crazy, but an Oreo flavor that's just like, oh, we sprinkled a little bit of like Oreo dust in the cream to make it like a cookies and cream Oreo, even though Oreo is already cookies and cream. I think
Well, it's
that's
just like
fine.
double. It's like and
It's
double
just
good.
it's how you do the opposite of a double stuffed Oreo without completely removing the cream, and I think that's fine. Again, like I don't like birthday cake Oreos though. I think those suck ass, and I think Oreo should stop making like really gross flavors.
What are your thoughts on cake batter as a flavor? Do you not fuck with it?
I don't fuck with cake. I don't fuck
What?
with rich with sweets that are like dense and rich in sugar. I don't.
All right, you know what? I get
prefer.
that. I can see that.
Yeah, I prefer tart stuff. That's like my thing.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah.
But yeah, so steak. And we had a question literally about like
Steam
thoughts
machine.
on the Steam hardware, which we just went into a whole thing about. So thank you, Nix, for that.
We were asked that question as we were wearing our Steam Machine Fan Club t-shirts and our Steam Machine Fan Club hats.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, I'm wearing my Code Geass t-shirt.
Oh, whatever.
My famous Code Geass t-shirt. I'll be wearing
Which character from something you've played or watched in the past 3 months do you think you could take in a fist fight?
I just watched the Code Geass opening, so I can now say I could beat the fuck up out of Lelouch v Britannia. But like that's
as long as he doesn't like Geass you.
Yeah, but like that is also built into the character, is that like he's weak and he has no energy, which is very funny. But no, let me actually think like who could I beat up?
I'm gonna be very ambitious here. I'm gonna say I can kick Jin Sakai's ass. The main character of Ghost of Tsushima in a fist fight. I think I could beat his ass.
I could beat early game Dragon Quest II Prince of Canik up in a fight.
Anybody
but I would
can.
feel
that's a coughing
really
baby.
Bad about it because he's such a little guy. But late game Prince of Canik would like blow up my house.
I think Jin Sakai, I think a samurai from the feudal era would get fucking scared by someone who had a decent understanding of modern boxing.
Oh, I've been playing the Switch 2 ports of the Yakuza Kiwami games, and I genuinely do believe I could beat Ryuji Goto up in a fight.
I think that's kind of crazy because like he's like a fist fighter guy. That's why I picked a guy that did sword fighting, because like in a fist fight it's a little bit more even, and also I picked him from like an era where like boxing wasn't like a thing.
No, but like okay, so, like, Tiger Drop negates damage
out.
though.
Can you Tiger Drop?
Yeah.
You can do the Tiger Drop.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess I can't ask you to prove it. You're my friend. I trust you, so I'm going to assume you're not lying.
Yeah, I mean, I can do it.
Yeah, okay.
Negates all damage.
Then I guess you can kick Ryuji Goto's ass. I've also played Pokemon, so I'm pretty sure I could kill a small child, no problem, in a fist fight. That's fine.
Like I'm that image of Kiryu where I'm just like, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. R1 plus triangle.
I think I can also kill Char Aznabul's ass from the origin. Sorry, I could beat him up in a fist fight because he'll try to do that stupid hockey shit on me, and I would just like kick him in the nuts.
No. That I don't think you could do. I think you could beat Char Aznable, the real guy, in a fist fight, but Origin Char would like somehow like go into Matrix mode and like instantly dodge all of the hits and then like flip you around, and then when you like get back up, he already fucked your mom and is now your like new dad. And then
the only reason he's good at doing stuff is because everyone else around him is characterized as the world's dumbest peanut. So
no,
like
you
I
enter
feel
his
like
range of like influence, like his sphere of
He's
influence, and
he
you
has like a
get dumb.
dumb field.
Yes. Yes.
No, I would kick his ass.
No, you
I
would
would
like
kick his fucking
you
ass.
would go near him and then you would stumble about and you would like be animated really stupidly and like you would become a slapstick man. I don't think that yes, that is true.
Which character from something you've experienced in the past 3 months would you smooch? Char Aznavold from The Orange.
Ryuji Goda from Yakuza Kiwami 2 on the Nintendo Switch 2. I would Tiger Drop to negate all damage.
Assuming this smooch is consensual, I guess I would kiss Yuna from Ghost of Tsushima.
I would.
She's kind of hot. I like her.
The homeroom teacher in Inazuma 11.
Princess Gwaylin. I don't even know how old those characters are, so I'm not even gonna like go there.
Zelda from Hyrule Warriors: Age of Imprisonment.
I would. Sorry, I'm gonna one up you here. Sonya from Hyrule Warriors: Age of Imprisonment. Yeah. The Gerudo lady from Hyrule Warriors: Age of Imprisonment.
Jude from Tales of Xillia.
The librarian from Watchword. Which is just a fucking word Scrabble game. I would plant a big sloppy wet one on the title screen of
Daddy
Dragon
Kiefer
Quest.
from Dragon Quest 7 Reimagined.
You didn't play that. You didn't experience that yet.
I experienced it. I experienced the trailer account.
I can't believe they took my ugly son and made him handsome. I'm so glad.
I was like,
what a glow up.
One of our mutuals, Alto, was talking about how like Kiefer like fucks so hard, and they posted a picture of him, and like someone in the comments was like, this guy looks like he doesn't understand the female orgasm. And it's just like, Kiefer from Dragon Quest 7 fucks harder and better than any character in any piece of media of all time. That man is like loyal to the pussy, like without a doubt.
It's
like,
the fact that he's kind of ugly that's evidence of that. Like, he's one of those people that he's like ugly, but he's hot. Like, he's got the riz. So he doesn't need to be hot.
But more than just having the riz, I'm talking like a dedication to his woman. Like, this man
he's committed.
Literally was the prince of the only kingdom in the world, basically set up to be the king of the entire world.
Threw it all away.
Went back in time and what?
Threw it all away.
What? Yeah, literally, like, went back in time, found a woman he thought was so beautiful, he just was like, I'm staying in the past, y'all. I'm gonna just stay here, and I'm just gonna start creating a familial line.
Hey man, I'm changing the timeline. I just needed to let you know,
go tell my dad, sorry.
Been thinking about it. Think I should just forcibly change the course of history. Right the fuck now.
Pussy Game goes crazy.
I can't get enough of this Pocahontas lady. It's basically what it is, by the way. It's just Pocahontas and John Smith. Except
but
instead of taking Pocahontas away from her home, John Smith is like, I think I will stay here because what the fuck is waiting for me in England?
Dragon Quest 4 is really cool, and they took the best character and they said, okay, he's back, but he's hot now.
Like, he's like the perfect example of, like, you know how like some guys are just hotter with a beard?
Yeah. But also when they're like they grow up. Like, he grew into his adult weird man face.
Ugly face. Yeah, because young Kiefer looks way too old. But old Kiefer is like, no, this is like appropriate now. You are now exactly the way you should look. And you are handsome.
He was like always based off Kiefer Sutherland in like some way. And then like his new version is based off of like another era of Kiefer Sutherland. I think in like the 90s or something. Like, people found photos that just like compare like the exact hairstyle and everything. And it's just like, yeah,
I'm so happy.
that game's
I'm
gonna be
so
sick.
fucking happy.
I'm so skeptical about that game, but I'm like, I can't say no to Kiefer.
I'm telling you, I have no, like, they've never let me down in the past. Like, I have no reason to feel like they're going to fuck it up. I have no reason to feel that way.
I have been let down, but
he's there.
Hmm?
It's not a Dragon Quest Monsters game. That's different. Those are not Armor Project titles.
But you know, I think it's gonna be good. Anyway, so yeah, Kiefer, smooch him.
Yes.
Let's see.
Have y'all ever felt like ending friendships or stop listening to a podcast over sincere bad takes, a la no, seriously, Expedition 3 is my game of the year? Not once.
I don't even think that Expedition 33 is my game of the year is a bad take.
No,
I just don't like. I just haven't played it, so that can't be me. But also, absolutely, I would absolutely end a friendship if someone was like annoying enough. Like sometimes a homie says something that's so fucking stupid that you just like never want to speak to them again. And then you don't.
Yeah. So like I would never do that because I would never end a friendship or stop listening to someone over a sincere bad take, because I have plenty of other sincere bad takes. And I think basing your friendship over a string of good takes, or your like respect for someone based on like, or their credibility based on like how often they agree with you, is a terrible fucking way to form friendships or to even like get your information. I know don't ignore him, folks. He's just being silly.
No.
However,
I'll watch a YouTuber who I'll like watch like their stuff for a while. And if they have like one video with some just pure fucking out of left field dog shit take, like, and it's usually the kind of shit where it's like very condescending to like the media in general, or like an overgeneralization, like something like that, I will go, I never want to like, I think I'm just done with your stuff forever, and I'm banishing you into the shadow realm.
That's not because of a bad take. That's because of the way they are presenting their bad take, which is what I was going to get to. I will end a friendship with someone who consistently is being a contrarian or consistently wants to brush up against me and make me bristle. And there's a big difference, because I have friends that I've never agreed with on pretty much anything, like media wise. I have friends like that, and we get along fine because like I don't base the quality of like a person's like character on like how they view media. However, I have had friends in the past who love playing devil's advocate, but they don't play devil's advocate to be genuine in exploring a certain argument, which is what playing devil's advocate is for. Devil's advocate is not to fucking argue with someone for the sake of arguing with them. Devil's advocate is when you say something that you yourself don't agree with, to continue the conversation in the framework of how do you feel about people who say this thing? And how do you feel when someone brings this argument up when we're talking about this topic? It is not so you can decide that you are going to fight somebody on behalf of an opinion you don't actually have. That is why it's called the devil's advocate, because nobody is actually advocating for the devil.
You know, this is like genuinely what our friendship has become in the last couple of years, though, right?
No, it's not.
And you put up with me just fine.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
You do not, but you do not. You're not a contrarian just to be on the opposite side of me. You are not playing devil's advocate to like get under my skin and undermine me at every possible moment. And if you do that, you do it for fun. You don't do it because you like genuinely
do for the
want
love
to
of the
like make me
game.
feel like an idiot.
No.
I have
Of course, I would
friends
never make you
that
feel like
have
an
been-
idiot.
I have had friends who genuinely need to make other people feel fucking stupid.
No, that's ridiculous.
And that's why we're not friends anymore. But yeah, I would never. No, I've never like done that before. I did get pissed off at somebody who, when I was like in high school, I did get pissed off at a friend of mine when I was like trying to like explain like how review scores worked, and like how it's like you can't really like you can't really like look at review scores in a certain way, right? And he was like, "What do you know?" And I was like the resident like video game nerd, and I was like I had played more video games than him. I was more in tune with it than him, and he had said it specifically just to upset me. And that was like more or less the last time I had ever spoken with him. But it wasn't because of that specific moment. It was because of like a building of pattern of habits and stuff like that. I've never done it over bad takes. That's stupid.
The thing is if you're gonna be a contrarian, you gotta do it for the love of the game. You gotta be like when I fuck with GC, it's not to make him feel like a big dumb idiot. It's that you gotta be the dumbest guy in the room on purpose because it's really funny.
It's also just I know Cullen's not doing it to be hurt. Cullen's doing it for a bit. Cullen's doing a bit. I like bits. Bits are fine. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about bits, bro. Like you can make bits. You can do bits. You can antagonize me all you want. You're doing it now. Like
humor is illegal.
You can do. You're doing it right now. This is fine. I'm gonna kick your ass later, but this is fine.
I'm getting attacked because humor is no longer illegal.
I've never don't end friendships or stop listening to people if they have bad takes, but pay close attention to the way they communicate themselves. Because if they communicate themselves in a way that like over time builds up a pattern where it's like, I need to feel smarter than you. I need to feel like better than you. I need to assert that like my opinion is correct and nobody else's is right. That's a problem. And that needs to be, something that they should address or that you should stop being around. Because anyone who like does that shit is like poison.
Kids, weaponized incompetence is really, really fun, and I think you should all do that.
Is there a gaming opinion or any type of media really that one of the podcast hosts has that another completely disagrees with? For example, one host likes Game A, but another absolutely hates it.
Yeah.
Oh, you can
Kingdom
Hearts, Final Fantasy VII Remake, a Code Geass. Yeah. With Cullen and Kazuma.
Yeah. It's everything. I feel like that's our whole podcast.
Because like we don't have to agree on everything, like it's fine. Like I think it's more I think our friendships are more interesting because we completely disagree with each other on stuff. Like
it's pretty fun.
That's good. That's exciting.
To just
because like I know what you like and I can be like, oh, I hate this, but I bet Cullen would like it. And then I can just give that thing to you and you will be happy. And I can be like, oh my God, I gave my friend a good experience. Or you can give me the origin and we can fucking suffer together.
The origin was so funny of having this moment of like, this is so fucking dire that like, I think I posted online this bad media shit serious.
But yeah, go look at our catalog. Our catalog is like every episode of Burnout Culture has at least one moment where we are like, I totally fucking no, actually that's not true. We have like some really good episodes where we like agree, but we have really good episodes where we disagree. Yeah. That's life, man. That's what real friendship is about. It's not about what you like, it's about who you are.
It's about being the most right of the friend group and having the best opinions and the coolest opinions, and you should always compete with your friends because
Cullen is a good person. Cullen is a very good friend, and Cullen actually gives people way more leeway than I ever would. So don't listen to Cullen. He's being performative right now. He's trying to seem like a cool dude, and he's trying to like make a joke and like be funny. But he's actually a sweetheart, and he looks out for his friends.
Detached, and I hate everybody. and all you got to do is put on a pathetic voice like this to be like, I don't like nobody. I'm angry.
I think the mapo tofu gave you food poisoning.
No, I'm actually okay now. The problem is that like I just basically shit out dinner and breakfast, so it's like, fuck, I'm hungry as hell.
How many middle schoolers could you take in a fist fight? This wasn't like an official question, but
I could like all of them, like a whole school worth.
Yeah.
This I think this question for context came from like I think a recent stream we did where we were talking about how Step Brothers, the ending of Step Brothers is awesome, and like how I was like I could do that.
I think like
I could do that
as long as the middle schoolers are like of sound mind. Like if they've all been injected with like a feral drug where like they don't care. Yeah, then you're fucked. I think you are actually fucked because you will get swarmed. You can outrun them though, because middle schoolers are not very fast. They're very tiny. But as long as they're like of sound mind, you can just pick one middle schooler up, crack him in half, and the other ones will disperse. No one's gonna come after you once you twist little Tommy's head around 360 degrees and then kick it like a field goal. So just do that.
Yeah, just do that.
It's a middle schooler. As an adult, you need to understand you have like control over like children's lives. You could end a child's life if you wanted to. The amount of force it takes to bite off a finger is the same amount of force it takes to bite into a carrot.
You're like really committed to this.
If you just sacrifice your humanity, you can kill children. It's very easy.
This is like a really interesting hole you're digging unprompted.
It's really easy to murder a child. It is incredibly easy. I would never allow, I would never do it. I'm not saying you should go do it. I'm just saying
you're gonna get caught at the fucking airport for this.
I'm just saying physically, the human, like a grown adult, can
I expended
completely snuff the life out of like a 12-year-old.
My bit making, so even I wouldn't go this far for a bit right now.
It would take seconds if you knew what like if you just like stopped thinking.
For listening to the end of the podcast, as you get to hear GC describe in detail how he would kill a child.
We used to do it in ancient times.
GC wants to return to a simpler time.
George Bush hates black people.
Please donate to Hurricane Katrina efforts.
Okay, bye.
Okay, I guess that's the end of the podcast. Thank you for listening. If you found us, you found us. If not, then you didn't hear GC ruin his career possibilities talking about crimes. I'm gonna keep it vague.
I'm just stating facts.
Edit that out.
It is physically. You are physically capable of killing children.
All right. Well, so we're gonna see you.
Don't do it, but you can do it.
I don't know if we'll see you.
Don't do it, but like you have the capacity.
We might see you in 2 weeks, because that's like the holiday season. Maybe we'll record an early episode after I get settled into my new place. But this is the last podcast I am recording from the apartment I've lived in for several years. So,
and this is the last podcast I will be recording out of prison. So.
Yes. GC will be doing the prison cast coming up, and Kaz will be revived for hopefully longer next time. We're gonna see how long we can get the spell to last. But yeah. So thank you all for tuning in, and bye bye.
Good luck.
Did you say good luck? Good luck with what?
They know.
Bye, everyone.